presents to you the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids versus the Lima Warriors. Ken Straub here, one half of the Straub Bros Sports Show, in on the broadcast. I'd like to bring in my broadcast partner, my podcast partner, my little bro, Andrew Straub. Welcome in, buddy. Let's get ready to go.
Oh, it is an absolute perfect day for football. We have two teams ready to go. It is the PFA Game of the Week. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. Lima did win their game last week. Your Cuyahoga Falls Rapids squash doesn't exist. Footage no longer available, but we are here. We're ready to go. Now, for the Falls Rapids, Drew, I mean, you have first-year head coach Nate Hose, and one of the biggest things. Actually, we're going to take a break. We're going to pause for the national anthem.
For the national anthem.
All right, and we are back. Thank you for that break there for the national anthem. Now, Drew, your Falls Rapids, they're ready to go. Like I was going to mention, head coach Nate Hose in his first year. He's got these boys ready. There's passion. Coaches, he cares about these players a lot, and it shows in how he preps, and it shows in how he gets these guys ready for game day. I'm part of the game day chat, so I know how intense that can be. Now, what are we looking for? Opening drive, opening kickoff here, first quarter, brand new game, brand new season, brand new team. What are we looking for? What are the keys?
I think it's getting the little things right. I think what you need to do is you need to make sure that everything you've practiced, everything you've warmed up for is executed exactly right. Because yes, you are going to get times where you get blown up or you get times where you lose yardage. But how do you respond and how do you do the right things to make sure that it's a successful drive on offense and on defense?
Absolutely. And, I mean, first-year head coach in Nate Hose, first-year defensive coordinator and Coach Jordan Patterson, but a lot of coaching experience in the offensive coordinator, Coach Savon Gibbs, 14 years as a player, 13 as a coach. Not just him, Eric Martinier, our offensive line coach as well. As we do get ready for your Rapids kickoff, your Rapids return team. Emmett Calhoun on the return. And that'd be number 15 in the back there as well. Rapids swapping some jerseys today. And also, obviously, if you see the broadcast here, a little old school today. Obviously, we don't have all of our equipment, but we will do the best to keep you updated on your time and your score. But we got football for you, and that's what matters the most. Now, your Rapids offense is going to get started here. Two quarterbacks in the mix. You have Jordan Jones, number 8, and you also have Dallas Huckel. Monte Taylor does take a spin in at the quarterback as well, but still during the preseason, one of the things we did talk about with coaches, they still are figuring out some positions, some things. As Lima gets set to kick off here. And we're underway with Rapids football. It's taken back at the 10, and it'll be returned. And he breaks it out, and he's going to break it out past the 50, and he is gone past the kicker. Opening kickoff back for a touchdown. Woo, baby.
I don't think you can start any better than that.
No, you cannot. Number 15 for the Rapids, taking it back. And Drew, it doesn't get better than that.
No, absolutely perfect blocking. Broke it out. And listen, when there's one man to beat and it's the kicker, you got to be able to get through. And he did exactly that.
Absolutely. Can't get stopped by the kicker. That is as good as it gets. Special teams unit in here, and they are fired up on the Rapid sidelines. Bobby Rhodes Jr. in for the kick, or I should say for the extra point. Number 2, Monte Taylor in on the hold. Ball's down. And the kick is up and good. 7-0 Rapids. Drew, neither the offense nor defense is even taking the field. Can you write it up any better than that?
No, that's absolutely perfect. I know we've talked about this defense and I know we've talked about the offense, but the special teams need to get some love too because that was executed perfectly.
Absolutely. And Coach Gibbs is also not just your offensive coordinator, he's your special teams coach. He prides himself in good special teams. He drills these guys in special teams. And I have at practice, I have seen him lose it over special teams mistakes. And this is why.
Yeah, special teams wins and loses you a game. And I guarantee the special teams coach for Lima right now is screaming at that team.
I think there's a saying, how does it go? Special players, special teams?
I'm going to get taken down for that. Probably a copyrighted phrase at this point.
Absolutely, and we appreciate all of you joining us here on the broadcast, here on the Strawbro Sports Show YouTube page. We're going to get that shared over to our Facebook page here, so if you're on Facebook, you can find it there as well. All right, now, so your Rapids are going to kick off. Your Rapids are going to play some defense.
Yeah, they're hoping to make sure they don't make the same mistakes as the Lima Warriors.
Absolutely. Coach Gibbs would be very upset if they gave away a big return after just themselves getting one. And as we did mention, that little bit of mix-up, a little bit of an alignment mix-up there. Right. And your first defensive possession. Bobby on the kick. Kick is up and away. It's going to be taken out about the 20. Trying to break it towards the outside. And he is going to be tackled immediately down at the 35-yard line. And that is where the Lima Warriors will take over for their first possession. And Drew, so defensive coordinator Jordan Patterson, linebackers coach James Long, they want this defense to be physical first and foremost. Physical, hats to the ball. What are they? Is it about not necessarily giving up a touchdown here? Is it a turnover? Is it limiting? First possession. What do we want here?
First possession, I think you just want to make your presence felt. I think you want to get a good push on the line, make sure they're not getting anything easy, and just limiting big play opportunities. You don't want to take away that big play with another big play on defense.
First down here, pitch out to the outside, and he's going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage for very little gain there. That is linebacker Mark Hale in on the tackle.
Mark Hale is a 3-year pro, by the way, out of Akron Garfield High School.
Absolutely. He also, and I want to make sure I get that in there, wants to give a big shout out to his son, Messiah Hale, and a rest in peace to his brother, Davari Hale, who was taken away from gun violence. A big reason of why Mark is on the field this year. So it'll be second down. Oh, and that'll be thrown away on second down there.
Good job getting pressure there, and quarterback just overthrew the ball there. Third down, 3rd and 10, 3rd and long for these Warriors.
Absolutely.
It is going to be very tough.
Big third down here. So 3rd and 10. You're going to look for this Rapids defense to more than likely bring some pressure.
This Rapids defense love to blitz.
Yes. And I couldn't make this comment without giving a big shout out to my fiance Renee, but big third down here. I like to yell that a lot in the living room. And he's back to pass on third down. Pressure is on, and he's sacked in the backfield. Big Dustin Dye and Jalen Johnson in on the sack. Jalen Johnson, first-year pro out of Lake Erie College, where he was a 4-year starter. Not just a 2-time all-conference, a 4-year all-academic, Drew.
That's absolutely amazing. I think these guys love football and they love playing tough, but being able to have that background makes you really good at reading the game as well.
And I want to give a big shout out to Big J. He's also an R&B and hip hop artist. He was actually doing a concert last weekend. And then Big Dustin Dye on the sack as well. Dustin Dye, the only player in semi-pro to win a defense or to win an MVP as a defensive player.
That's
the
really
big
impressive.
man in the middle, the big men in the middle taking care of it. It'll be fourth down, and we have a timeout, Lima. Yep, timeout Lima here with fourth down. As we get a little bit of zoom in there, making that broadcast a little nicer for you.
Yeah, I think this is going as well as the Rapids would have wanted. A kickoff return, and then you get a massive defensive 3-and-outs.
Absolutely. And while we have a second here, I want to give a shout out to some of our Gold Lover sponsors here on the Falls, for the Falls Rapids. Tiki Underground. We'd like to thank them as they are a pro gold level sponsor this season. Located on Fun Street in Cuyahoga Falls, Tiki Underground brings a fun and unique atmosphere to our community with island-inspired vibes, tropical cocktails, and delicious small bite plates. Visit Tiki Underground for a taste of paradise. No passport required, Drew.
You know, I did get my passport. I had to go traveling earlier this year, but the fact I don't have to use it in these times and go to Tiki Underground sounds pretty interesting to me.
Absolutely. It would be nicer if we weren't 2.5 hours all the way out here. We were a little bit closer to home. We could take care of that. Now, Lima Warriors in the punt. Looks like we've got number 13, Mari Mitchell, and number 19, Sean Smith Jr. in on the return. And the punt is away. Line drive out to Sean Smith. And he's going to take it. He's going to cross out past the 40. And he's going to get tackled in around the 50-yard line. And a nice return for the Rapids. A nice hit there. Rapids offense will take over at midfield, Drew.
Yeah, a very good return there, being able to break away from a couple tackles. Now you set up your offense, half field. Just got to get the ball moving a little bit, and you're right in the red zone.
Absolutely. Now, for your Rapids, yep, we've got quarterback number 8, Jordan Jones. He did take the reps last week in the game that didn't happen.
I don't know what you're talking about. The game did not exist, so who could have taken the game?
All right, so Jordan is in, flanked by 2 running backs on first down here. Snap is back, and he's going to drop back to pass on his first, and he's going to throw it down deep. Oh, and it's going to be incomplete. Drew, I like it. I like it.
It is a very big statement to throw deep on 1st and 10 with this short of field. I don't mind it, but I think now you got to get some yards on 2nd down.
Absolutely. We know what's in this backfield. We know about Rob Graves. We know about Monte Taylor, Emmett Calhoun. We know that there's running backs there. So I don't mind it. Let's see what these DBs got. As is going to be Jordan back in, flanked on each side by a running back. 2 to the top of your screen, 1 to the bottom. Lima showing some pressure, backing off now. And there's going to be a handoff. It's going to be Monte up the middle, and Monte's going to break a couple of tackles for a big first down.
That was a tough run, breaking multiple tackles, getting 15 yards. They're moving.
Absolutely. And what did we just talk about? We know what this Rapids running back room can do.
Yes.
Well, it's only going to be a matter of time before they leaned on it. Now, reset here. First down, 35-yard line. as they continue in this sort of pistol formation here. 2 running backs. And he's going to fake the handoff. Jordan's going to keep it. He's going to take it to the outside. He's going to put his head down and get a couple of extra yards there. A big run by our quarterback there. Down at about the 33-yard line. And we're seeing all facets of the running game, Drew. It isn't just the handoff. It's the fake. It's the quarterback keep.
I think that's what you have to do. I think you have to give this defense different looks, make sure it's spread out, not expecting things, not plugging the gap. And
absolutely, as it'll be 2nd and 4. And he's going to hand off. And he does have blocker. He's going to take it, cut it to the outside, and he's going to pick up another first down, get out about the 10-yard line. Now, Drew, in order for these running backs to take off, you need good blocking, and that is what you're seeing right there.
No, you're absolutely right. They were able to seal that edge, allow the running back to get to the outside, and do what they do best. If once these running backs get into open space, it is almost impossible to get them down without multiple tacklers.
Absolutely. As Big Dustin Dye is going to check out, and that'll give us a chance here to highlight. That means we have both Kyle and Taylor Dryden on the field, brothers. Shout out to another pair of brothers on the field and in the broadcast booth. This would be Taylor's last year of football. One of his goals was to be on the field so he could play with his brother. It's his first in goal here for the Rapids. And he's going to hand it off up the middle, and he's going to cut around the outside, and he's in for a touchdown. Another Rapids touchdown. Drew, starting this game off exactly how they want.
No, you're absolutely right. This is an amazing first drive for the offense here. Basically, other than that missed throw at the first time, was able to just run, get whatever they wanted, and just absolutely dominate this defense.
And that is number 26, Rob Graves, in on the touchdown. So Rob Graves gets our first touchdown from play after the touchdown on the special teams, as Bobby Rhodes Jr. is in for your extra point again. And that kick is up, and it is good. Bobby is 2 for 2. I know he'll be happy with that. Drew, first possession, boom. Drive right down the field. You put it right in Lima's throat, and you score a touchdown. Doesn't get much better than that.
No, it doesn't. That shows that basically you can do whatever you want now, because that team is going to be committed to try to stopping the run, and that's going to open up so many passing lanes further on down the line.
Absolutely. Now, what we are going to get an opportunity for is to see that Rapids defense again. I'm excited for that. They hit hard, and they take away the ball as we get ready for the kickoff. That'll give me an opportunity to give a shout out to another one of our gold level sponsors, CC Realty Property Management Services. Supporting your Cuyahoga Falls Rapids this season. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, CC Realty provides trusted local real estate expertise. Thanks to CC Realty for helping build strong communities both on and off the field. They are sponsors of number 0, Boom Lumbus, and number 5, Anthony Spooney. And because I missed it, got to give it a shout out, Tiki Underground, proud sponsors of running back number 2, Monte Taylor, and defensive lineman number 97, Josh Davis. All right, now, Rapids in on the kickoff. Salima gets ready. Now, Drew, it is 14-0. It is 10 minutes and 23 seconds left in the first quarter. Sorry for your first score update there. If you're Lima, no need to panic. You really haven't even had your offense on for very long, but we've seen them. We saw some of the tape. They played 2 quarterbacks last week. If you're a coach, how long into the game, how many drives are you going to give them?
I don't think that's a question I think that they need to be circling at right now. I think you just need to focus on kind of moving the ball down the field.
Slow down, big bro.
But this is definitely a drive where I think you have to get at least some movement going, or else you are going to fear of being too far down.
As the kickoff's taken at the 15, and it is going to be returned. He's going to take it up the middle for a decent gain. Looks like he's out to about the 35-yard line. As the Lima Warriors will take over. We also want to give a shout out to the Lima Warriors staff. They've been awesome. They've been very accommodating to us. We've been appreciative of them as well. They have a beautiful facility here at Allen East Elementary School. Yes, we are at an elementary school. No kid games on the field today, though. Right, it'll be first down for the Lima Warriors. Ball's back, and he's going to hand it off, and he's going to be swallowed up in the middle for no gain. I don't know if I've said it, but big man in the middle, number 79, Dustin Dye. Oh, 96. I apologize. Good call on that, brother. Number 96 on that. That'll be second down and 10. Just under 10 minutes left in the first quarter here. That was big Dustin Dye in on the tackle. Apologize for the confusion there. All right. Ooh, and a bit of a jump there by the defense. And the quarterback's gonna scramble. He does have pressure. He's going to turn around, throw it away, and it looks like it's going to be caught for a big first down out at the 50-yard line for the Lima Warriors. And Drew, the coaches talked about it in their meetings this week, and it comes to fruition. The quarterback scramble is big because he gets on the move, and that's when he can find his receivers. Not the best coverage there by your Rapids.
Absolutely, and I mean, honestly, all props to the quarterback for Lima there, able to move out of the pocket and made a really accurate throw on the run. It is tough as a DB to stick with those receivers, but still an amazing play.
And I didn't mean to sound too critical, no. That is the hardest part about being a defender. When the play breaks down, the quarterback's on the move, staying with your man when he has all the opportunity. We will have first down here at the 50-yard line. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. And once again, Drew, absolutely no movement by this Lima offensive line. Your Falls Rapids are absolutely controlling the line of scrimmage right now.
Absolutely, and it's really, really impressive that we've seen throughout practice how good this defensive line can be. But to see it against other opposition, just continuing to be physical, continuing to make sure that there are no holes the running back can run through. It's a great start to this game.
Absolutely. As the clock winds down to about 8 minutes, just under 8 minutes, it'll be second down here for the Lima Warriors. 2nd and 11. And he's going to be back to pass. He's going to throw it out in the flat. We do have a flag on the play. Oh, and he's going to be hit hard. Number 4, Mark Hale in on another big tackle. And listen, Mark is a big follower of ours on the show. We're a follower of him. That man eats, sleeps, gyms, football. And it looks like we're going to have a hold on the Lima Warriors. That'll back them up.
Yeah, that's a little... we see I apparently have another flag on the field.
Oh. It looks like we're going to have some unsportsmanlike conduct, and it looks like the referee's actually going to come over, have a bit of a conversation with Lima's coach.
Yeah.
A little chippy, little chirpy.
As Lima, listen, I understand you're down 14, but you got to be able to keep your head in the game. Mm-hmm. You just made a great first down. Yeah, you got stuffed on second down, but you got to be able to control your tempo, control your emotions, because you're still in this game. And it's very early. You got to be able to lock in and make sure that you don't make these kind of mistakes. Because a team like the Rapids is going to jump all over the chance to put you in a situation where they can sit back and just run to the ball.
And it does look like we have an injury. Number 2 for Lima, limping off the field.
It does seem there wasn't a sportsmanlike conduct, so they will be backed up another 15 yards. An absolute killer penalty here. And now it is 3rd and forever, if we're being completely honest. So this is just an awful situation for Lima to be in. They were starting to move the ball, but now you got to move along.
Absolutely. It's a 3rd and forever. Thanks, bro. Spotting in for me on the broadcast there. And it drops back to pass. And he's going to he's going to be thrown in the middle of the field, and it's going to be deflected. Incomplete. No flag on the play. That is a good defensive play. Want to give some credit on the numbers there. Number 13, Mari Mitchell in on the defensive play. And we've talked about it, as you see coming off the field there. Lima's wide receiver is 6'5". He's a big, tall wide receiver. And Mari has been given the task by the coaching staff of shadowing him for a lot of this game.
I mean, listen, he's a one-time champion. He's a national champ, and he was Offensive Rookie of the Year. He has the experience to take on these kind of receivers and these kind of threats.
Right, but this is his first year in at corner. He's normally a wide receiver. He's testing out a new position. And Coach Patterson, as Mari was one of our defensive players to watch for this week, said Mari has the skill set, not just the skill set, the attitude and the work ethic to go over to the other side of the ball and become a star on that side as well.
I guarantee you, playing receiver, being able to kind of know when breaks should happen, being able to break on the ball, that's a big help for him.
Absolutely. Now, 4th down. Lima will punt away. Emma Calhoun and Sean Smith Jr. in on as it was away, and it's going to be fair caught at about the 34-yard line. Big shout out to my mama who's watching the broadcast. Love you, mama. While I have a second, also want to give a shout out to Rave Pizza and Wings, proud Go Liver sponsor of the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. Known for their seriously good pizza and big juicy wings, Rave is the go-to spot for game day cravings. We appreciate their support of Rapids football because great football deserves great pizza. Man, if they're still open on our way home. Oh, buddy. Now, they are sponsors of number 10, Bama Hurry, number 58, Von Johnson, and number 90, Jamal Singleton, as Jordan Jones back in at quarterback. He is going to be flanked in the backfield by number 2, Monte Taylor. 2 wide receivers to the top of your screen, 1 down to the bottom. Lima showing some of the pressure as he's going to take the snap and he's going to just take off. We have a flag on the play. Bit of a miscommunication there, it seems like, on the play there. And it's going to be, looks like it's going to be holding on the Rapids. Yep. So, not a good start to the first defensive possession, as we do have a Rapids player limp off to the side there. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, Lima brought the pressure, was able to force not even just a quarterback scramble, but a miscommunication on the offense here. Let's see how the Rapids respond.
And it looks like that was our center. Who did Alex, who needed to take a step out there. Hopefully he is okay. Alex Clark, as it's 2nd down here for the Rapids. Oh, and it's a bad snap over Jordan's head, and he's just going to fall on it. Well, we just talked about it. Our snapper comes out of the game. First snap back in, not good, as Alec Clark is going to check back in. First-year pro out of Coventry High School. This year he's playing for his friend and his brother who passed away in high school, and his stepdad and his grandfather as well. Obviously a very key component to that offensive line, as we had a bad snap the minute he stepped out of the game. It'll be 3rd and long for the, I apologize, 2nd and long for the Rapids, bro. Not a lot in the playbook here. Positive yardage, correct?
Absolutely.
Snap, and a low snap. It's going to be Monte Taylor is going to take it, and he's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. Not a good start to this second possession for the Rapids offense. It's going to be 3rd and long, and I've got to believe at this point it's more about preservation for the Rapids, making sure we don't turn the ball over here way deep in our own end.
No, you're right. It looks like this offensive line is just a little scrambled. You need to just check it down, get as much as you can get, go back to the sideline and regroup. Get you back on the same page. Do what you did in the first drive.
Absolutely, I agree with that. The 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen, 1 to the bottom. Some motion. And he's going to drop back to pass. And he's going to throw it over the middle. And it's picked off in the middle of the field. And Drew, we just talked about it. Preservation, not making a turnover. And boom, a key turnover way, way deep in the Rapids side, or Rapid end zone. Not good.
No, it looked like it was a forced pass there, trying to put a ball in a tight window. And listen, as we've said, if it's 3rd and long, you're not going to get everything back. Just get what you can get and regroup. Crucial turnover, putting now your defense in a really tight spot. Let's see how this defense can respond.
Absolutely. So with 5:24 here in the first, our first turnover of the year, I know Jordan is not going to be happy with himself. Obviously, coach isn't happy, but Jordan is not going to be happy with himself. He prides himself in it. He doesn't like throwing interceptions in practice. Not that he throws many, but still. So, yes, it'll be first and goal here at the 10 for the Lima Warriors. And it's going to be a quarterback designed run. He's going to take it up the middle. And it looks like he's going to be tackled out about the 5. Looks like about the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Big goal line stand here for the Rapids. Hold them to 3.
That is the goal here, is to hold them to 3, put pressure if it's a run, or get pressure on the quarterback to make a bad throw, but not a lot of room for error here.
No, not at all. As number 17 checks in for quarterback for the Lima Warriors.
I'm looking for this Rapids defense to really pressure the middle of the field here. Make them try to make a tough throw on the outside or beat one of these cornerbacks on the outside.
Absolutely. It's their big wide receiver on the outside, the bottom of your screen, flanked by Mari Mitchell. He's going to be back to pass. He's going to throw that ball there, and he was looking that way, Drew. Flanked by Mari Mitchell. Not a great throw there.
Not a great throw.
We've got a flag. We've got some stuff going on. Not good stuff. We've got some shoving, we've got some pushing, we've got some back and forth.
That could potentially be a big killer for Lima here.
Absolutely, and we'll wait to see which way it's going to go. That's a dead ball. It's going to be a personal foul. Oh, looks like it's going to be offsetting on both sides. Bit of chippiness. First game of the season for the Rapids. First time they've been able to hit somebody that's not wearing the same jersey in practice. Yeah. All right. Now, it'll be 3rd down for the Rapids. Well, 3rd down for the Lima Warriors. 3rd down. Oh, and it looks like maybe not offsetting, as they're going to back Lima up. We originally thought they were offsetting penalties, but they're backing Lima up 15, so. So, a big 3rd down for this Rapids defense. Now you back them up a little bit. You've got some room to play with. But this also opens up the playbook for the offense as well.
No, you're absolutely right. So as a defense, listen, you want to put pressure on the quarterback, obviously, but first things first, cover the end zone. They have to. That's the only place that they are going to be able to get to. There's no 1st down right now.
All right, ball's back to pass. The quarterback is on the move. Again, he's looking, throwing towards the end zone. It's going to be picked off in the end zone by the Rapids. And Drew, that is exactly what we were talking about. And that's going to be number 5, Anthony Spooney, in on the interception. Exactly what this defense was looking for.
Absolutely. Both quarterbacks with key mistakes on 3rd down. Now with the Lima quarterback throwing it, could have dumped it off, could have made it easier for their kicker. Now, again, a turnover and still 0 points for the Warriors.
Now this Rapids offense has got to go back to the drawing board. Let's get back to the basics. Let's get moving the ball on the ground.
Absolutely. This offensive line needs to learn from its mistakes and get a push on this defensive line, because that's what made them so successful in that first drive.
Absolutely. Now, be 1st and 10. 1st and 10 here at the 10-yard line. Jordan looking to make amends for the interception on the last play there. Be flanked by 2 running backs. One on each side. Lima showing pressure again. Haven't brought any, but it'll be a handoff up the middle for just a couple yards there. And Lima showing pressure. I do believe it's a DB. Keeps pressuring the line of scrimmage, but hasn't actually shown it. When do you think this Lima defense is actually going to unleash some of that pressure?
It seems like right now, honestly, what they're doing is working. I think they switched it up from that first drive. They realized their mistakes, and they were the ones to actually adapt here. It's just now that their offense has to get going. But right now, their defense doing a great job at stopping this Rapids offense from moving any more forward than they did in the first drive.
Absolutely. Want to give a shout out to Anna, our co-owner. She's in our comment section right now. We appreciate her. Much love. I can actually see her in the stands right there. All right, it'll be second down now for the Rapids. All right, and he's back to pass, and we've got another flag in the play. I do believe we got another hold, and George is going to take off, get a couple of yards, and that will be it. The offense has kind of stalled here. I do believe Lima's kind of figured out that when we have this two running back set, it's more than likely going to be a run play. So they're trying to kind of cook up some pass plays from there, but not really working so far.
Yeah, I think this is something where you got to just make sure that you have some plays in your playbook to get you a couple yards, get this offense moving.
Absolutely. As we have about 2 minutes, 32 seconds left in the first quarter, I want to take a second to give a shout out to the Ranella Legacy Group as a gold level sponsor, specializing in empowering financial freedom. Ranella Legacy Group helps individuals and families plan for the future with confidence. Get back to that here in a second as the Rapids will prepare for third down.
It's a big third down here to keep the drive moving.
Absolutely. Third and about 3. Showing that blitz again, and I do believe he was offsides as the handoff, and he's going to push through, and with the help of the offensive line, absolutely, we're going to move the chains and have a first down. I do believe it was an offsides anyways. As I was saying, the most important part, we do want to acknowledge the late Lenore Ranella, whose passion and connection brought the Rapids and the Ranella Legacy Group together. She was the spark behind their collaboration, and her warmth and generosity will never be forgotten. This season, we play in her honor, and we're grateful for the legacy she left behind. Ranella Legacy Group are proud sponsors of number 14, Dallas Huckel, number 19, Saul Smith Jr., and number 39, BJ Rhodes Jr. So it seems to be confusion there. It seems like the last play was first down, so it'll be second down now. 2nd and 8 here for the Rapids. So, our Falls Rapids, Jordan in, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers down on the bottom of your screen. Snap is back, and it's going to be a toss out to the outside. Monte Taylor is going to turn the corner and cut back inside for a big gain there, out to about the 48-yard line. First down for the Rapids.
Listen, I typically don't like a run pitch to the near side of the field, especially how close they were, but great blocking, great ceiling. It looked like it took Lima by surprise, and they were able to get a lot of yards on that run.
Absolutely. Monte Taylor, one of our most talented players, a very, very slick and elusive, speedy running back.
Absolutely. That may be someone they have to start putting in to really kind of break down this defense. Someone that could break a couple tackles, make this offense or this defense a little hesitant to fill the gap.
Absolutely. And as the clock will run down on the first quarter, Rapids will get one more playoff, and it'll be a handoff up the middle to Monte. He's going to cut and break some tackles. Tough yards in at about the 46-yard line. And that will do it for us in the first quarter. The Strawboro Sports Show YouTube page presents the Falls Rapids, as it is Falls Rapids 14, the Lima Warriors 0. We will take a second here, as we do have an injured player on the field. And so we will take a pause, and we will be back in just a moment. Okay, and we're back here on the Strawboro Sports Show YouTube page. Would like to thank all of you who are viewing right now. If you aren't a subscriber, please, please, please click that subscribe button. So we're back here with the Falls Rapids. It'll be second down and I'll count it myself. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I apologize. I can't count. Thank you, little bro. 4 for your Rapids. Oh, and we've got some movement. Looks like the Rapids were trying to draw offsides and may have false started themselves. Yes, they do. False start on the Rapids. Tough. The mental errors right now.
Absolutely. I think both teams are kind of struggling with that right now. And I think the key is who is going to be able to learn from that and shut those down first.
Absolutely. Oh. Drew, thought about our first quarter of play so far for the Rapids as we do set up second down here. It's a handoff. He's going to break a tackle up the middle, and he's going to push out for about 8 yards there. Drew, as I did ask you, 14-0 in the first quarter of play. You're a brand new franchise. You're a brand new team. Thoughts?
I think that's actually, you started really, really well. Start off really, really well. Some mistakes, though, later on in the first quarter that I think needs to get fixed as it goes on.
And it'll be handoff. And he's going to cut it to the outside. And he's going to stiff arm out for a first down there. And we want to give a big shout out to Joseph Renault there in the comments. We appreciate everything that you guys have done for us, Joe, and thank you for joining the broadcast. And we cannot wait to see you back at home, back at the University of Akron, as it's first down here for your Rapids. And it'll be handoff, and he's going to break a tackle and dive out for about a yard or two. You know what? That was a good way to turn a bad play into at least a little bit of positive yardage there.
No, I think you're absolutely right. And I think that these are the kind of plays that stop you from getting a 3rd and long, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8 to now a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, more manageable ones. You have more play calls that you can run. That's huge for a game that right now you are winning, but no team is really taking control of this game so far.
100%. I mean, you could almost, I don't want to call anything a fluke, but when you have a kickoff return, it is a little bit not necessarily a play from scrimmage. So still trying to build here as Jordan's back to passing. He's going to take a shot deep, and he missed it. He did have a man wide open. A little miscommunication there, but a good shot downfield, number one. And number two, I like the time the quarterback has.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think that it's a great play call. He has the man open. You just got to be able to execute and get that.
So it'll be a big 3rd down once again here for your Rapids. We are seeing your comments. We are trying to adjust that zoom just a little bit. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and Monte takes off, and he is going to break down to the 10-yard line. Rapids up the middle, the running game doing it again.
I think that's absolutely critical. That is a huge, huge run. A pretty interesting play call, having a draw play on 3rd and 9 when you really wanted to get some more yards. But hey, it worked out, and it's absolutely stifling how good that run game was.
Absolutely. And a little tempo, a little rapidness from the Rapids here.
Not going to comment on that one.
Got plenty of those all year, baby. As Lima keeps showing this mock pressure, they actually bring some there, but it's going to be taken on the outside, handoff by, not on the outside, but our quarterback, Jordan Jones, up the middle there. Also like to give a big, big shout out to the Jacobs Heart Foundation as they're joining us on the stream as well. A big shout out to them. They do some great stuff. They are sponsors of number 13, Maury Mitchell, and number 42, Rocky Moss. Is it second down here and goal? It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Touchdown, Rapids. Drew, You could not have drawn it up any better after the struggle that they had the last drive. The Rapids turn it around and march it up the field.
Absolutely, and there was some times where it looked like they were going to not be able to complete this drive, but great blocking, great running, and great play calling those last 3 or 4 plays to really move this ball down the field and get a key score to put them up for a good advantage here.
Absolutely, it's 20-0 as Bobby Jones on his 3rd extra point for the day, looking to make it 21-0. Running a guy in late here on the kickoff. You said the play calling, offensive coordinator Savon Gibbs dialing it up right now. So snap is back, almost blocked, but Bobby's gonna get it up and through. That was well done by Bobby to get that through because they shot through that line. That is well done. Monte Taylor in on the hold. I love to give him some credit for the hold there. I appreciate my holding. Shout out to Tony Romo. But 11 minutes, just under 12 minutes, 11:52 here in the second quarter. 21-0 Rapids. Drew, if it was Madden and it was us, I'd be making you turn it off because I'm up 21-0 on you. 21-0 on the sticks, baby.
Yes, but thankfully it is not Madden. This Lima team has a lot of time.
Yes.
They have
absolutely
all of the second half to figure this out. And they have been stopping this team on numerous occasions. It's just the offense needs to get going. It seems that they've only had 1 first down, and that wasn't even when they made it near the end zone. A costly error cost them from getting any points.
Yes.
After that big turnover for them. So they just need to put it all together. They have good moments, but you need everything to come together, and they just haven't gotten there yet.
Absolutely, and I want to give a shout out in the comments there, out from Tennessee, giving some love to the Rapids for Bobby. Oh, I do believe, actually, yeah, that is Bobby's mom. Shout out to Bobby's mom. She's joining us on the stream. We appreciate you. Your boy is 3 for 3 on his extra points today. He's doing a great job. We love it. Bobby's a solid kicker. I know you've watched a lot of him in practice. Very solid, and probably one of the better kickers in our league in terms of distance as he's set to kick this off. And it is away. It's going to be caught at about the 9-yard line on the return. He's going to try to reverse field with it. And boom! Again, big boom. Number 0, Lumbus on the tackle. And you know what? As we see some pieces flying off of there, and I have to give it a shout out because obviously footage that doesn't exist. Boom is a big guy. He prides himself on being a big tackler, but prides himself on doing it on the special teams as well.
I think, and that's an amazing mentality to have. Everyone loves to fly around on defense and make the plays, but the players that love flying around on special teams and making those big tackles are crucial to a winning football team.
Absolutely, and we appreciate your feedback as we're trying to get ourselves adjusted here on the camera. First time doing our away broadcast, first time doing it ourselves, Straub. Feel like we're doing all right, but we do appreciate that. Your Rapids defense is in now as the Lima Warriors take over, and we're going to have a timeout for Lima. And Drew, I don't like to be critical of timeouts because, I mean, you never know when your team needs one, but you just had a kickoff. How do you not have your play ready?
I think that's absolutely right. Either wrong formation or wrong play calling getting called in. This is what we're talking about for Lima. They have good plays. They've been able to make it, but they got to put it all together, and that means eliminating mistakes, eliminating penalties, and eliminating just dumb decisions that are costing you first downs, touchdowns, points, all of the above.
And it hasn't been just them. Rapids made a mistake on the drive earlier than when they didn't realize that they had a first down. It's preseason, working some of the kinks out, but some of these things you feel like shouldn't necessarily be there. But Lima Warriors will take over here. First down here at the 21-yard line. Snap is back, and it's going to be a handoff up the middle. And Drew, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but once again, nothing up the middle for Lima as the Rapids are putting heavy pressure on as we've got multiple people in on the tackle there. Number 32, I want to give a shout out, or 33, I should say. I want to give a shout out to C's. First year as a pro. I should say a 4th year as a pro, 3 with the Gladiators, multiple-time champion.
And he also coached on and off for 11 years for the now Akron West Griffins.
Absolutely.
A little fun fact there.
So it'll be second down. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to be pressured again by number 97, Josh Davis, and he's just going to throw the ball away.
This is the Rapids that we have come to know. Stifling pressure, getting after the quarterback, making him throw the ball away and make mistakes, but also being able to be disciplined enough to stop the run and not overcommit.
Absolutely, and they talked about it in their defensive meeting, which I had a pleasure to be a part of, and that's what it was. Not getting too far outside on those edges, keeping the containment with the pressure. And we appreciate you, Haley, for checking in. Out from Indiana, we got you. The Strawboro Sports Show, your exclusive home for the Falls Rapids all year, home or away. As Lima will get ready for a third down here with about just under 11 minutes left in the second. He's going to be pressured. He's going to get away from the hit. He's going to try to launch it downfield. He does have a wide receiver. He's going to come back to the ball. And he was saying, yes, the referee's going to say he was out of bounds. Drew, it looked like he tried to get his hands on it as much as he could, but no. Out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. So he's got a little bit of chatter, a couple of words for the Rapid sideline.
Hey, listen, a great effort by number 6 on the Warriors, but just not enough. A great play to get out of heavy pressure by the quarterback, but just could not keep the ball in bounds. Neither receiver could his feet in bounds. And another stop for this Rapids defense.
Yes, and that is the thing. Lima, more than anything, unable to capitalize on any type of, not just Rapids mistake, but just getting the ball back in general right now. Not able to capitalize as they will set up to punt. And the ball is away, and it's going to be Rapids players are going to let it bounce, and they will take over at the 47-yard line. Now, if they could, they would just copy and paste the last drive right in and hit go. But, question for you, Drew. We haven't seen many connected shots downfield yet. How long do you think these Rapids will wait before we try to take another shot and
Honestly,
make that connection?
I think that is their game plan right now. I think they see that the run is working. They are waiting for this Lima team to commit guys because they're getting 4, 5, 6 yards to carry at minimum. And as soon as you commit those linebackers to the box, you're going to have one-on-one opportunities. And that's what we're seeing. I just think Lima is too afraid of the run right now and too afraid of maybe getting beat over the top to really make a commit one way or the other.
No, I understand, and I've got to agree with you. I mean, I would be scared of the run with the way that the offensive line has gotten this push and the way these guys on the outside are blocking and the way the running backs are moving the ball. And not just the running back, Jordan has kept it himself a couple times, made positive plays. It'll be first down here for the Rapids, the 47-yard line. Flanked by those two running backs, and he's going to hand it off up the middle, and looks like we're going to have a gain, a nice gain there. Rob Graves in on the run. And Coach said it. Rob Graves and Monte Taylor were your offensive players to watch this week. Drew, he called them the most talented running back room in the league.
That is a massive, massive statement. But honestly, as we've seen so far, it could potentially be true.
Absolutely. Second down here, and it's going to be another handoff. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and Emmett Calhoun is going to break it big for a first down. And I am guessing a bit there. We've got some doubled up numbers today for the Rapids, but that's my guy Emmett. I know my guy Emmett. I know my Emmets. All right, I know my Emmets.
You have been very, very vocal in the Rapids group chat, as I've heard.
Yes, absolutely, about my Cowboys. First down here for the Rapids. And it's going to be another pitch out. Rob's going to take it to the outside and break it big time there out to the 20-yard line. Whoo! Big time running by these Rapids right now, buddy.
Absolutely. And like we said, this offensive line just needed to refocus and regroup, and they were able to do what they're doing right now, and that's get a big push make sure that this running back has enough time. Oh, and we seem to have a flag
Yes.
here.
And we're going to have a flag, and it looks like it's going to be on number 0 for the Lima Warriors. Walked over to the referee after the play, was chirping at the referee, would not stop, and stayed in the referee's face. No offense, regardless of how frustrated you are, you just cannot do that.
You have to keep your kind of emotions in check. Do it off the side. Do it where you're allowed to do it. But yeah, yelling at a referee is never good.
No. We got about 8 minutes and 53 seconds left here in the second quarter as they assess that penalty and take a move. While I do have a second, I want to give a shout out to eXp Realty, Brian Guerra Holmes. A huge thank you. Brian brings one-of-a-kind mix of marketing with years of real estate experience and a genuine passion for helping clients reach their goals. Whether it's finding the perfect home or building lasting relationship, Brian's mission is about making an impact, not just making a sale. We're proud to have him as a supporter of the Rapids and all our impactful missions this season as we bring it back with you. 21-0. Your Rapids up here in the second quarter. First down, first and goal at the 5. And it's going to be snapped. It's going to be taken right in by Emmett Calhoun, right up the middle. No real gain there, maybe about a yard or two. We do apologize. We don't have our regular crew with us today. Me and my brother here of the Strawboro Sports Show, Andrew, doing it old school. So we are going to take a timeout. As looks like we do have a Rapids player down. 21-0. 8 minutes and 19 seconds left in the first half. Drew, let me ask you, what more could you ask for?
I think it's a great start. I think it's something that these Rapids are really doing well at. But there are some mistakes that they can clean up. I think that there's a couple holding penalties that maybe you got to realize. But other than that first drive, or that second drive where they were stalled out and really couldn't get anything moving and had some penalties, they've been pretty good.
And I do want to mention that is running back number 26. That's Rob Graves. That is coming off the field a bit tenderly, a bit gingerly. He is walking under his own pressure, but definitely a little bit of a limp there. So we do hope he is okay as he'll get checked out by the staff there. Drew?
And as we were saying, luckily for the Rapids, they do have a great running back room to replace him while he is out. So
yes,
wish him the best, but I don't think that this Rapids team is going to lose much star power in that backfield.
No, not at all. With Emmett Calhoun and also, of course, the talented Monte Taylor and the talented Emmett Calhoun as well. We do have a deep wide receiver, a running backs room. As your Rapids come back in here, it'll be second down, and I do want to point out, so you've got Emmett Calhoun in the backfield and number 0, Boom Lumbus, joining him in the backfield. Oh, and we've got another flag. And yes, and it's going to be the same person, the number 0, Maurice. That is going to be his second personal foul. Could not stop chirping with the referee and has now been tossed from the game.
That is absolutely just critical mistake for Lima there. Just not able to keep his emotions in check. Unfortunate, but he had been warned multiple times, and so now he's no longer able to contribute to this game.
I understand. I get the frustration. You can be frustrated with the rest, but at some point, with only 8 minutes left in the second quarter, make it to halftime, regroup, get your frustrations out, and reset. So he'll hit the showers and call it early as your Rapids set up here for second and goal. So we've got another unsportsmanlike. It'll be 8 minutes, as I said, 8 minutes, 19 seconds left in the first half, 21-0. We will keep the stream live at halftime. We are going to take a break, regroup, drink some water, maybe hit the concession stands, but we will leave it up.
There was a pulled pork sandwich that they announced that I wasn't looking at, so it is possible. We need to eat some barbecue in Lima, Ohio.
Absolutely. I'm never going to say no to barbecue, baby. Want to give a shout out to some more of our sponsors. HR Kyle, Sebring Trophy and Award, Rico Sports Cards. Number 3, Sham Wright. Number 25, Deshaun the Stash Fielding. And Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Baseball Association. Number 4, Mark Hale, who's been on some big tackles today. Number 26, Rob Graves, in on multiple touchdowns. Rise and Shine. Number 9, Mike Marshall. Number 88, Dylan Exton. And as we mentioned, Jacob's Heart. Number 13, Mari Mitchell. Number 14, Rocky Moss. And number 97, their player ambassador. As it'll be second down here for the Rapids. And he's going to pitch it out to the outside. He'll break a tackle and try to stretch, but he's going to be tackled at the 1-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Rapids.
Now, this is something where they do run a pistol formation a lot, but I do like getting under center.
Absolutely. And they're
exactly
going to go
what
quickly
they're
to
doing.
the line here for 3rd down. And there's going to be a little bit of a tush push there, and they're going to push him in. And he's in for the touchdown. Boom, Lumbus. And our other running back, Evan Calhoun, pushes Jordan Jones in for a touchdown. Put it on the board. 27-0 Rapids.
Wow. This is one of those games where it feels like the Lima team it cannot match the physicality of the Rapids. And as we can see by some unsportsman likes and some holdings, it is going to make them very frustrated.
Absolutely. This offensive and defensive line for the Rapids averages 6'1", almost 280 to 300 pounds. Those some big boys out there.
Absolutely.
Okay? And they handle their business. Now, that'll be Bobby Rhodes Jr. in again for the extra point, looking to make it 4 for 4 on the day, as we've got running in another man late on the special teams. I know Coach Gibbs would not be happy about that. When you watch that back, the ball is down. Kick is up. We do have a flag on the play, and Bobby's kick is good for now. So we take a second to see. So we've got some bit of a disagreement here between the ref and the Lima sideline. Apologize, we could actually hear it, so we were kind of eavesdropping in on that. And he's going to throw a flag there on a sideline, coach. It is getting ugly on the Lima sidelines. And it is not just the score. There's no composure right now.
No, I think this is a sign that this team might just be having a bad day.
Yeah.
They're getting absolutely dominated on both sides of the football, and they're just not able to really take that amount of just bullying right now. And I think that this team needs to go into halftime, get to halftime really without anything worse happening, and just reset themselves, because I think this is just a poor half of football.
I tend to agree there, as the refs are going to get penalties sorted out. We saw multiple penalties. So.
And I want to say, I know we're talking about Lima Warriors and their issues here, but this shouldn't take away from this great performance of the Rapids so far, because that is really what's causing the problems for the Warriors, is how well this Rapids team is composed and is just methodically moving this field. It's very frustrating as a defensive player when you are doing everything right and you still cannot stop a team.
100,000 million %. This frustration is caused by the fact that it's 27-0. They're not. When they did have an opportunity to move the ball, it was picked off. Defensively, we're running down them. Yeah, it gets frustrating. However, a bit of composure, a bit of respect.
Absolutely.
And I do want to give our team credit too. As we will update you on the score. It is 27-0. Unfortunately, we on the road this week, so we do have some minimal equipment with us. But we're keeping you updated. 7 minutes and 13 seconds left here in the half. 27-0 Rapids. Bobby Jones in on the extra point. When we do get it figured out, I apologize. It looks like we have another Lima Warriors player who's being ejected, and that is one of the reasons. Yeah, and I want to give a big shout out to Romel Thorpe joining us here. So yes, we've got some issues figuring out with the referees. We've had multiple players ejected, one earlier, one right now. We've got another penalty on an assistant coach. It's just kind of falling apart on the sideline for the Lima Warriors here. as we get into this second half is, man, check my watch here. It's taking us about almost 5 minutes to just get this extra point.
Yeah, I think this is something where the refs need to really just kind of take control of this game, because I think that this Lima team is just making this a little unruly, and I think that they just kind of need to get a game in order to make sure that they get this stuff moving along.
Absolutely.
Looks like we're finally getting a call.
Yes. And it looks like we've got 12 players on the field for the Rapids. But as you guys are absolutely cracking us up in the comment section. But so they're going to back us up. Going to make Bobby actually work for this one. So he's backed up to about, looks like it's going to be the 24-yard line. Oh, 25-yard line. As we get rolling again, 7:32 left in the half, 27-0 for your Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. As we get our special teams sorted out. Ball is down, kick is up, and it's tipped, but it's gonna be up and through, and a great job by Bobby to get that thing up and through the block. Well done, Bobby.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, listen, it's tough to hit a ball, especially when people are coming at you, especially like they were before. Even with it being tipped, being able to get that ball in is very critical.
As the Lima Warriors are going to attempt to regroup here. Still a lot of time left in the first half. Plenty of time to put together a drive, put together some positive yards, and put some numbers on the scoreboard.
No, I think you're right. Listen, yeah, like you said, we have 7.5 minutes left in this quarter. That's plenty of time for 1 or 2 more drives and making sure that, listen, it's been bad. There's no
doubt about
that. You can't move the ball. The other team's moving the ball over you. You're having some discipline issues. Regroup, get together, refocus, motivate, and end this half strong. Get some points. Just have a good drive.
And stop hurting yourself with penalties on the sideline. Don't get me wrong, penalties on the game are not great. During the game or on the field are not great, but penalties on the sideline will only make it worse. As Bobby will get set to kick off for this Rapids defense. Seven minutes and 32 seconds left in first half. 28-0, Rapids. And I was going to kick away. Short kick out to about the 20-yard line. It's going to be caught and returned on that side. He's going to be wrapped up immediately by the Falls Rapids. The wave was a bit too much on that one.
We have to get some Pepto-Bismol if you're going to keep having these calls here.
And that is going to be number 3 in on the tackle. Sham Wright. Shout out to our guy, Sham. Sham is a 4th-year pro, 2-time champ with the Gladiators, and a culinary arts graduate. He makes some amazing food. He wants to shout out his fiance, Alexis, the mother to all 5 lovely children, and his friends and family for being with him. Our guy, Sham, was sharing some food in there with me in the chat. I was sharing some back. That man can cook. I can cook. He can cook.
Hey, listen, if you got 5 kids, I feel like you do have to have some sort of culinary skill to make sure that all those guys are fed. But shout out to him.
My man is very talented. I got to give him a big shout out there. As your Rapids defense looks to lock in here, Lima will take over. Quarterback game looks like 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. 7 minutes and 23 seconds left here. 28-0 as Alexis did see her shout out. I'm happy to see that. And that ball is going to be bounced outside for a big, nice, not a big gain, a nice gain there. Sorry, I was keeping an eye on the sidelines. We had a bad collision down there on the sideline. It looks like we've got a Lima Warrior player down. That did distract me. Lima's going to push the tempo here, which I like. They keep 3 wide receivers down. Rapids defense kind of a little bit of a mess there. He's going to take off. He's got lots of room to run. And he's going to pick up a first down, tackled out by number 25 there. And there we go. We talked about it. Now Lima moving the ball. That quarterback run, this seems to be the key to that offense.
I was saying, maybe you move now to more of a hurry-up tempo, which it seems like they're doing, to maybe not allow the Rapids to get in control and see what they're reading.
Absolutely. It'll be first down here for Lima. He's going to drop back to pass. More pressure in, and he's going to get hit hard by this big defensive line.
Absolutely.
He does get the throwaway, but it will be incomplete. I apologize.
No, listen, they are getting pressure, and they almost every single time. But it does seem the more and more this game goes on, the more Lima is being able to read and react to that pressure. And I want them to be able to get some positive plays and see that they can move the ball down the field.
Absolutely. So your Rapids defense looks to lock in here. Big shout out to our owner, Daniel Demand, in the stands cheering on the team. Obviously, we make the big road trip here, as many of us as we can, with our Rapids staff. As it'll be second down. He's going to drop back to pass, and he's going to take... Oh, he almost tried to get outside. He's going to be hit hard, and there's a duck in the air, and it's going to be picked off by the Rapids. And that's number 5, Anthony Spooney, in on the interception. Multiple players there. They rallied to the ball, and after a big hit on the quarterback, another turnover for the Rapids.
Yeah, that's tough. Just as they seem to kind of understand and get the ball moving, another crucial mistake by this Lima Warriors team. And it does not seem that they can put more than 2 or 3 plays together without making some sort of mistake.
Absolutely, and that'll be 5 minutes. No, sorry, 6 minutes and 18 seconds left here in the half. 28-0 Rapids. Ball again in at the 35-yard line, and another opportunity to turn this right around after taking advantage of Lima not being able to take advantage.
Yeah, if you can put a drive together here, milk some clock, and get a score, that'll be a perfect way to end an almost perfect half.
Absolutely. So, Monte in at quarterback. Evan Calhoun in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. And we've got a timeout by Lima. I do believe that is their 3rd timeout. Okay, that'll do it for those in the half. Give this Rapids coaching staff some credit. They have not had to burn any timeouts. 12 men on the field with special teams. Hey, it does happen. At least you I'd rather have 12 than 10. Ask Coach Freeman at Notre Dame that. My Irish, we made up for it though. But for the most part, the mental mistakes have been kept in check on the Rapids sidelines, and I do want to give them some credit. There's been chirping, multiple unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, multiple players thrown out of the game and ejected. None on the Rapids sideline.
And I think that is a testament to this coaching staff and also to these players of being able to understand that it's just frustration from the other side. They're trying to get them to jump, to kind of get down to their level and jump, but they're not doing it. And that is a great testament to how disciplined this team is as a whole and the goal that they're focused on to make it further than just winning one game.
Easy to stay disciplined when you're the one causing the undisciplined.
Absolutely right.
I also want to give a shout out to Casey Davis. She shouts out Josh Davis, number 97, defensive lineman. Captain as well. So your Rapids take over here. First down. After the timeout, 1 running back, 3 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Oh, and we've got a bit of a false start. Looks like a free play. No. Okay. Well, Jordan wanted it, but no. So it's going to be a false, or I'm sorry, it's going to be false start on the Rapids. So, I jinxed us. Announcer jinx. I just talked about lack of mental errors, lack of mistakes, and boom, there's a false start. But
it is preseason.
Yes. So we get that sorted out. Back us up a bit. So we've got about 6 minutes and 14 seconds left. It'll be second down here. 28-0. Rapids up big here in the first half. Lima showing a bit of pressure. They're going to drop off. George's going to drop back to pass. Feeling the pressure. He's going to take off. He's going to get out of the pocket, and he's going to get hit big, but he's going to pick up about 5 or 6 yards. And the Rapids not appreciating the big hit there. I don't think it was a dirty hit. I think it was a big clean hit, but brings up a big third down here for the Rapids.
Hey, listen, given the amount of big hits they've been giving the Lima Warriors, I think they can take 1 or 2 for themselves.
That is the unfortunate part on the offense. You don't get to lay many out, but you have to be on the receiving end of what the defense wants to bring back to you. And we have not seen Rob Graves check back into the game as it's third down here for the Rapids. That'll be something to look at halftime. Third down here, just above 6 minutes left in the half, 28-0. And he's going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw down to the outside, and it's going to be incomplete. And some feet tangled up and a bit of some discomfort. And we do have a Rapids player down. Did not look good. We will check on that. So it does bring up fourth down. Not the drive that they wanted. Did not look good. However, we have plenty to build on still. First game of the preseason, first half of the preseason, as we'll check in on our injured guy as soon as we can.
I will say, though, that was, other than the second drive, that was probably the best defensive stand that Lima has had this entire half. They're able to stop, put pressure on the quarterback, making some bad throws, but also stop the running game with the quarterback as well, with Jordan Jones. He was not able to really flush out of the pocket and get many yards other than that 5-yard scramble.
Absolutely. And he is going to get up and walk to the sideline there. So, 5 minutes and 55 seconds left in the half. 28-0 Rapids, up big. And I will say this, the Rapids carry one of the bigger rosters in the PAFL. They're going to test some of that depth, not just this year, but right now and this week. As I said, I have not seen Rob Graves check back in yet.
Yeah, the key to a good team is not always your starters. It's every single player on that team being able to contribute when their number is called.
Absolutely.
And so that'll be a big key here. You have some key guys out, key receiver, key running back. How are you able to continue to get the plays and the momentum with those players that you had when the other players were in?
100%. As the Rapids will prepare to punt. Timeout. We're going to have a timeout on the Rapids. Little special teams mishap here. Not enough guys on the field. And some confusion. But kinks to work out. Things to fix. That's okay.
Sure.
When you're up 28-0, these things, not just saying they can happen, but hey, it is what it is. 5:55 left to go in the first half. 28-0 Rapids. Thoughts so far?
Yeah, obviously we are, being hypercritical of them with these mistakes, but overall, a great first half. And I think obviously the coaches like us are going to focus on the negatives in that halftime talk because they don't want these guys to remain complacent. But we're allowed to be a little optimistic as announcers, and I want to say this team has been looked phenomenal outside of some mistakes.
Absolutely. 28-0 and a half. I mean, that is, you could have put that in a ball game and people will call that a good performance. But I think more on the offensive end, kind of getting some rhythm and keeping that rhythm. That has been the issue so far in this first half. It's been stop, start, stop, start. That has kind of been the issue. As we said, the Rapids will be in to punt. I do believe that's Rocky Moss in on the punt. Oh, and they're going to fake it. And they're going to throw it down the field, and it's going to be tipped and picked off by Lima, and they're going to run it back. Ooh, and a big hit out of bounds. And they're going to run that thing back to, and we've got a bit of pushing and shoving as we get these guys off of that sideline. Drew, not exactly sure. Maybe we're just trying something there, but 28-0, 5 minutes plus left in the first half. Kind of a questionable decision.
Yeah, my only thought is maybe they wanted to kind of try out that playbook because it's preseason, but listen, you're up 28-0. You're kind of winding down in the second quarter, going into the end of the first half. You saw a Lima defense that really stepped up and was motivated. I don't really get the play call of wanting to have to try to make such a long throw with that kind of play. It's not something that I think is going to be in the playbook many times going forward.
However, when you're up 28-0, you can try some stuff.
You can, but listen, this Lima team isn't a pushover. It's not like you're running all over them. They're a little mistake prone, but this team is definitely capable of moving the football. And so I don't think you want to give them much motivation, especially going into the second half.
Absolutely. We're getting some stuff sorted on the sideline. Looks like we did have a flag thrown for a very late hit. As head coach Nate Hose is over there talking to the officials. All right. Check back in here. 5:45 left in the first half. 28-0 Rapids. As we get a bit of some penalties and things situated. 2 turnovers now for this Rapids offense. One by quarterback Jordan Jones, one on the punt team there. Turnovers, no coach wants him, and I know for a fact Coach Nate will not be happy.
No, I think that there needs to be just a little bit more sharpness, a little bit more being able to execute plays on special teams and on offense. But that's bound to happen. You're going to be a little dull. You're not used to full speed gameplay. And I think once this kind of is shown, they're going to watch our amazing broadcast and see kind of what went wrong and who did what. And they're going to be able to fix that. I don't think that that's going to take away from the overall performance in this first half.
No, I don't disagree with you, as we're still trying to get some stuff sorted out here. Not exactly sure what is going on. Coach is calling his team back in as your Rapids defense is coming on the field. And, I mean, I would honestly say, oh, apologize, we were listening to the referee. Multiple penalties. So we've got
So when we saw, we got a block in the back on the Lima Warriors on the return, but also a late hit. And so it looks like...
On the Rapids. Late hit on the Rapids.
Correct. And so it looks like they're backing up the ball pretty far for a late hit out of bounds. There's probably a spot foul where the block occurred, and so that'll be where it's at. And then they move it up the 15 yards for the late hit out of bounds.
Bit of confusion there. Confused us as well. So your Rapids defense looking to take over here and force another turnover. They've been good about that so far. This Rapids defense, multiple, I do believe, over 15 championships combined, as they put some pressure on the quarterback on first down, and he's going to get away again, throw it out to the outside, and he is going to gain a good amount of yards there, like about 5 or 6. And they are moving. Going to try to move the ball quickly here. 5:30 on the clock, 28-0 Rapids. It'll be second down here.
I like that they're going back to the tempo. That is what worked for them.
Absolutely, and the quarterback being on the move helps as well. He's going to drop back to pass. Has a second. He's going to be knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Looks like number 10, Bama, hurry, in on the deflection there.
Yeah, 8-year pro, 2-time champ. That's the guy that knows how to get his hands up when that ball's coming out of the quarterback's hands.
Absolutely. Bama is my guy. He hails from Georgia.
And a football and basketball state champ. So man knows how to get up.
Absolutely. He's got some speed as he's going to be back to pass here for the Lima Warriors. More pressure by this Rapids. Oh, and it's going to be bobbled and dropped. So that'll bring up third down. 5 minutes, 2 seconds left in the half. 28-0 Rapids for Lima.
I think you got to have that catch. I think that's a massive
Crucial.
drop that you can't have when you're stop and start like this. You need those plays to go your way. And I think that's just another frustrating thing to happen for the Lima Warriors.
Absolutely. This will bring up third down. Be 3rd and 10. He's going to drop back to pass. More pressure in his face, and it's going to be knocked down again by number 10, Bama Hurry. Let's go. 4 minutes and 55 seconds left. Getting a little too excited there. 4 minutes, 55 seconds left, and boom. 1, 2, 3, and out. You get this defense off the field, and you give this offense another opportunity to get restarted.
This is tough. This is tough for the entire Lima team. It seems like no matter what they do, they just cannot get the ball moving. But credit to this defense. It seems like every time they move the ball, they get pressure. And so while maybe there was some unforced errors, you can't really call them unforced when you're causing pressure everywhere around the field.
I agree with you. Looks like we've got number 5. Oh, and, okay, so Lima is going to come out, and they're going to go for it here on 4th down. And the Rapids in a bit of confusion because they've got nobody on that outside, but the pressure is going to get to the quarterback, and it doesn't matter. Number 97, Josh Davis, in on the tackle. Some talking there between the Rapids defensive lineman and the quarterback. We need to keep that in check so we keep our penalties down. But this Rapids defense taking care of business once again.
Absolutely. That a little interesting call, but I think it was one of those calls from Lima where let's try something. We need to get some momentum, see if it can work. And it didn't work out. And again, credit to that Rapids defensive line from getting to the court, getting no time for these receivers to get downfield and look for the ball.
Absolutely. We were a bit critical of the Rapids' decisions to go for the fake punt. I'm not as, I shouldn't have been as critical because it is preseason. I'm not critical here because it's 28-0. We've got to get something going. We're down in on their end. We've got to try. So your Rapids offense will take over. Jordan Jones in at quarterback. Three wide receivers down to your near side. It'll be 1st and 10 here. There's some motion to the top of your screen. And Jordan's going to drop back to throw. And he's going to put one up over top. And it's going to be caught out at the 30-yard line. Number 19, Sean Smith Jr. on the catch.
Wow. Well, listen, we were waiting for one of those big deep balls to hit, and it took an amazing catch by Sean Smith. That was absolutely incredible. And listen, credit to Jordan Jones.
Yes.
An amazing throw as well, putting it right where it needed to be.
A nice touch throw there. Could have been intercepted, but it wasn't. A little bit of tempo here. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. It'll be 1st down, 28-0 Rapids. Oh, and Jordan didn't see the snap. But it's picked up by his running back, thankfully, and he's going to be tackled back behind the 50, and more miscommunication costing the Rapids there.
Yeah, oh, that's a killer. You just had an amazing play where you got a chunk yardage, had the momentum, and you just had some miscommunication where you weren't just able to get on the same page. I think that's a conversation for the quarterback, Jordan Jones, and his center to really get locked in and make sure that they're on the same page.
Jordan's head was turned. He wasn't looking for the snap. So that'll be 2nd down now, 2nd and long. And Jordan's going to drop back again. Got a good pocket. He's going to throw it over the middle, and he's going to find his wide receiver. And that is going to be number 84, Darwin Filey, our man who wears the Joker mask. A absolute veteran in this game. He wanted to take a chance to shout out the Michigan Elite 7-on-7 football. And shout out to his boys, Drew and Trey, and his girlfriend, Taylor, as it'll be third down here for the Rapids.
Darwin Farley was a 4 years of semi-pro, 3 years at Tri-Point, and an all-pro out of Plymouth High School in Michigan, all-metro, all-conference. So just some experience there right in the slot. Absolutely fantastic.
Loads of talent on this Rapids team. 2 minutes and 53 seconds, just under 3 minutes left in the half here. 28-0 Rapids. It'll be third down, a crucial third down here if the Rapids do want to try to put some more points on the board before the end of this half. And he's going to hand off, and he's going to give it to Emmett. Emmett's going to break more than a couple tackles, and he's going to turn it to the outside, and he fumbles. But he did fumble the ball there. We've got a scramble for the ball. Lima pointing their way. No indication yet by the referee. As we wait and see. Oh. And we've got some pushing and some shoving. And we've got no indication from the referee yet. And it's going to be Lima football. A costly turnover there. A fumble by the running back.
Yeah, you can't have that. I mean, listen, a great, hard, gritty run. But there's some times where you got to just go down and not try to get that extra yard because you cannot continue to take those hits and not expect the ball to pop out.
Absolutely. So, Rapids defense will come back on. 2:28 here left. 28-0. Lima, once again, another opportunity to try to put some points on the board, try to change the momentum of the game, try to turn this around for your Rapids offense. Costly penalties and turnovers here, mixed in with some good scoring and some good runs. But they're going to lean on this defense. There's a reason for it. It's super talented. It makes turnovers. It gets to the ball. It forces teams off the field. So they're going to lean on their strength here with 2:28 left in the second quarter.
Yeah, this is I wouldn't say crucial for Lima because there is only about 2.5 minutes left, and so they're gonna have to get down quickly. And I don't think they have really the opportunity for that. But
take some big chunk plays here.
It would be crucial for this team to really start moving the ball, even if they don't get all the way.
As he's gonna take a quick one, he's gonna throw it to a little outside screen there. Running back's gonna pick up about 4 yards or so. A little nice gang tackle there by the Rapids. Clock running down, 2:15 left. 2-minute warning approaching. Not a sense of urgency for Lima to get a playoff here before the 2-minute warning. They are just going to get it off. He's going to get outside. And it looks like, unfortunately, we are going to have a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Dustin. A bit of frustration. He felt like he was held. Kind of letting it be known to... Oh, I apologize. That was not Dustin Dye. That was number 98, Jalen Johnson. Voicing his frustration. I do understand it, but we got to keep it in check so we keep those penalties down. That's the most important part. And that is a massive, massive call there. It looks like we've got another penalty. And star defensive lineman Dustin Dye, it looks like he has been either sent off for right now to the locker room or ejected from the game. And we just talked about it. We just talked about it. Not losing our temper, keeping it in control, keeping it in check, and not being ejected from the game.
Yeah, if we're going to criticize Lima for those similar things, we have to be critical for the Rapids here. I understand that sometimes you don't like the call and you feel like maybe the call should have gone the other way, but you got to keep that in there. The referees, even if it's maybe a bad call, they're going to make mistakes. You got to be able to just take that and use it as motivation for the next play.
Absolutely.
You can't lose such a key player going into the second half.
Absolutely. And all of our coaching staff, head coach Nate Hose, offensive coordinator Savon Gibbs, and our defensive line coach Austin Mobley in there talking to the officials. Shout out to Coach Austin Mobley, a first-year coach. Played out at Eagles High School 3 years at Mount Union.
Yeah, this isn't a great look, I would say, for the Rapids here. You played so well the entire first half, and now you're kind of letting it down by having these costly penalties and now losing a man for a game. I know it is preseason, so it's not entirely critical for season and standings and stuff like that, but it still is an unfortunate moment where this kid cannot get ready, cannot get built up for the season because he can't play.
Right, absolutely. Dustin, a big loss there on the defensive line. Next man up for the Rapids. They know how that goes. It's something they absolutely know about. Something the coaching staff will call upon. As we see head coach Nate Hose, he's walking Dustin back. Understand the frustration there. So, Rapids defense on the field now. 1:54 left in the half. 28-0. Lima in, first down. He's going to be back to pass. More pressure on the quarterback. He's going to turn that corner. He's going to throw the ball, but it's going to be ducked, and it's going to be picked off again by number 5, Anthony Sponey. His second interception of the day, and this Rapids defense turning it over very quickly. Get the floaties out. The Rapids are rising.
Listen, I know we talked about how sometimes those mistakes can be costly, but when you have a defense as good as this, that any player, any moment can make those big plays, it does not matter sometimes.
Not at all. Now, bit of struggle for the offense. Not necessarily moving the ball as much as quickly as they wanted to, but this Rapids defense, putting them on the field, constantly flipping the field for them, changing over possession. That's exactly what you want and ask out of your defense. 1 minute, 43 seconds here in the half. 28-0. No mistakes, nothing crazy.
Exactly. I think you just have to make sure that you hold on to the football, you get some good yardage, and they have no timeouts. They can't stop the clock. Just get to halftime. There's been a lot of emotions flaring, a lot of ups and downs. Get back to halftime and get right.
Absolutely. Get some water in, just like we will. Maybe some pull park as well. A fumble snap there. Jordan will pick it up. He's going to dive on that. So clock will run just under a minute 40. 28-0. So I will say this, regardless of the score, 28-0, I know for a fact this coaching staff is not going to be happy with some of the mistakes, regardless of the scoreline, because those are things we absolutely got to get together. So it'll be second down here, minute left. And he's going to fake the handoff. He's actually going to look to throw the ball, and it's going to be tipped over the middle. Whew. We did talk about maybe not making any costly mistakes. A bit of a scary play call there.
Yeah, I don't know. I understand the pass play. You want to kind of get out of the end zone there, but you have a minute and a half left. You really don't have a lot to prove here. I think you just kind of want to run the clock out here, get it to halftime here.
Absolutely. So we've got a minute left, 57 seconds exactly. So you've got a little basketball countdown clock there on their scoreboard here. 28-0 Rapids. We will be pausing at halftime here. We will leave the stream up. You'll be able to stay in the stream. Drew. And this is getting out of hand. We've got our second ejection of the game. It looks like Tyler, number 51. I do believe that is Taylor Dryden. Yep, a veteran, experienced player. So this is two veteran and experienced defensive and offensive linemen who have just been tossed from the game. That is a big, big loss, not just on the field, not just literally, but physically on the field. Two big guys, two of your bigger defensive and offensive linemen. Not good. Going to be a big struggle in the second half to replace those guys.
Absolutely, and I think we talked about how well they were being composed. I think we might have spoken too soon. I think it's just starting to kind of pile up some of this aggravation. I think that's why halftime is really needed for both these teams, honestly, no matter the score.
Absolutely. Composure absolutely needing to be kept. So, as we get all of these penalties sorted out, it's going to back the Rapids up very, very, very far in their own end, on their own end zone. And yes, I do want to let Tina know, yes, he did get ejected.
And yes, Chris, pulled pork does sound good.
Absolutely. So we've got Dustin Dye and now Taylor Dryden ejected for the Rapids. Not good. As your Rapids are backed up here, looks like to be about the 2-yard line. And a costly mistake right here can put Lima right back in this ballgame.
You're absolutely right. And so this one, you just got to be crucial. Get that push and just get some yardage here for your punter.
Absolutely. And it's going to be handed off to Boom Lumbus, and Boom is going to break a tackle, and he's going to get out down the side, and he's going to break it to about the 33-yard line. Exactly what this team needed to put this half away.
I think you're absolutely right. And you know what? I can say when I'm wrong. Sometimes you just need a little bit of force to get through past first down.
Wait, what did he say? He said something else before that. It's okay. We're getting some confusion here. Jordan's going to throw one over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. and a shout out to our Rapids fans. We've making the trip. They are getting loud down there. Our owner Daniel and some of our other fans. And a huge run by Boom there on third down to not only get a first down, move the ball out, get them away from a mistake potentially, and now 15 seconds left. Look to be able to take this in. So about 15 seconds left. We will pause the broadcast here. Drew, as we take a break, we'll come back with your thoughts. We're going to leave the camera on here. You'll be able to hang out in the stream, hang out in the comments. Second down here for the Rapids. Jordan's going to drop back to pass again. He's going to throw it over, and it's going to be incomplete. That'll stop the clock with about 9 seconds left. 28-0 Rapids here on the Strawboro Sports Show YouTube page.
And just to give some context, those ejections, it seemed, were talking back to the referee multiple occasions.
Yeah.
But we don't know what was said. Obviously, talking back to a referee is always a risk. You never know kind of how they're going to react. So.
So, we've got the Rapids here with third down, 9 seconds left. We're going to throw a screen out to the outside. It's going to be incomplete. And now it's going to be 4th and 10 for the Rapids. We've got about 6 seconds left here in the half. All right, so 4th down here for the Rapids. 6 seconds left, up 28-0. Looking to get out of this half, just mistake-free here. We're going to snap the ball back, and Jordan's just going to kind of launch it. Oh, and the running wide receivers going to get tangled up. It's going to be incomplete. That'll put zeros on the clock. 28-0 for your Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. Your first half of football as an organization. Drew, give me your thoughts.
It's kind of a mixed bag, if I'm being honest, for the Rapids. Your play in itself is really, really, really good. You're able to move the ball, you're able to run the ball, you're able to pass the ball pretty well as well, and your defense is absolutely stifling. But that end of half debacle with 2 players being ejected
In a span of 5 minutes.
is absolutely crucial to showing how much this team still needs to get under itself in these next 2 or 3 preseason games to really truly come together as a team and be who they want to be. But in terms of talent on the field, there's no denying that they are outplaying Lima right now.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Crucial mistakes, crucial penalties have pretty much led to Lima's only opportunities, but the defense has been able to limit that. Now, I will say this. I don't want to be critical of the referees whatsoever at all, but I will say they have been a bit of ejection happy. We do got 4. We have 2 apiece. So the
We
players
also
know
don't know
this.
what was said. We also don't know what was said.
But the players know this, and now they must adapt. You got to keep the chirping down. You got to keep the talking down, and that's what it is. So that'll do it for us here for the first half of the Strawboro Sports Show YouTube page. We will be live for the second half here in a couple minutes. All right, we're back here live, Straw Bro Sports Show. Big Bro Cat with Little Bro Drew here for the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids broadcast. Cuyahoga Falls Rapids versus the Lima Warriors. Start of our second half, 28-0. Rapids up big. A first half marred by 4 ejections, some multiple penalties, but some great defensive play by the Rapids and some good movement of the ball on the ground as well. Drew, as we get ready for this kickoff, your thoughts on the first half and what the Rapids going to do going forward as that ball is kicked off and will be returned at the 20. Going to try to cut it to the outside, and he is a bit there, and the Rapids are going to push him out. Going to push him out there at about the 40. Some good, tough hits there. So, Drew, I asked you, thoughts on the first half and what the Rapids got to do going forward in the second half to make it as successful as the first?
I mean, I think that the skill is there, right? I talked about that at the end of the first. The talent is there, but you just got to be able to clean up some of those mistakes because, listen, you are now down 2 key guys. The Lima can now potentially start to take advantage of in those areas. So you got to be disciplined. You got to fill your gaps. You got to make sure that all of your assignments are correct.
Yep.
But then you just got to be able to play your game. You have the talent to beat these guys. We saw it in most of that first half. You just got to be able to continue that performance.
Absolutely. As we have Lima getting ready. First down here. First play of our first half. And he's going to be pressured, and he's going to throw it out to the outside, and it's going to be incomplete. Number 15 for Lima. Good coverage there for the Rapids. And I do have to give myself a correction in the broadcast. I credited Anthony Spooney with 2 interceptions. Drew, I shorted my man one, and they did not let me forget it as I was grabbing my hot dog at halftime. It's a second down. He's going to throw it out in the flat to the tight end, and he's going to catch it for a first down. And Drew, as the clock is running here, just under 14:30 in the second half, 28-0, Lima. This totally looks different than what we've seen in the entire first half. Moving the ball, not necessarily on first down, but moving the ball on second down, getting a big first down.
I think you're absolutely right. They're now being a little bit more methodical in their movement, some mid-range passes, not going for the deep ball every single time.
Yep, and it's going to be thrown out again to the tight end, another completion. So back-to-back pickups there for Lima as they're going to move the ball. It'll be second down here. And yeah, absolutely. Now, obviously, even without Dustin Dye, this defensive line is massive. This defensive line is talented. So you can see Lima moving the ball, not ready to put it on the ground yet. And the quarterback's going to take off. He's going to be tackled there right at the line of scrimmage. No room there as it'll be third down. They're going to pick up, and this is going to be a big third down. 13 minutes, 33 seconds left in this, not left, here in the third quarter, second half, 28-0. A big third down here for Lima. Lima wants to move the ball. You cannot go down another score here. You've got to put 7 on the board on this drive.
Absolutely. And you have moved the ball well so far in this drive. I don't see another reason why you wouldn't go the exact same play, those mid-range routes. They seems to be leaving the middle of the field open for them to throw it there. I would take what the defense is giving you.
Absolutely. Yep, it's going to be a fumble snap. He's going to collect it. He's going to take off. He's going to be tackled. He's going to be sacked by big number 97, Josh Davis, who has had a phenomenal game.
Absolutely. This guy, big sports guy, big anime guy, and a big cooking guy. Sponsor of Jacob's Heart Foundation. Absolutely killer so far in this game, and a big third down stop.
I got to do a bit of correction on you there because there's multiple there for Josh. Tiki Underground sponsor. Josh is our Jacob's Heart player ambassador. He takes that very seriously. That's why I wanted to make sure I add that in there. That'll be his, I do believe, second or third sack of the game. I apologize. There are statistician left at home. 12 minutes and 20 seconds in the third quarter. 28-0 Rapids. It'll be fourth down here for Lima. They are looking like they're going to punt. We've already seen a fake punt from the Rapids. We've seen Lima go for it on fourth down, so we'll keep our eyes here. But looking like he's going to go back to punt. Yep, and it's almost blocked. It's going to be away. Emmett Calhoun on the return. He's going to shake and bake. He's going to make a move to the outside and pick up some green grass there. Some good blocking by the Rapids. And he's going to take that ball out to the 45-yard line. I want to give a big shout out. I think you can pan down and get her there on the camera. To Big Mama. That's Sham's mom down there in the purple sweatshirt. We want to give her some love. She's made her way down there. She has given massive love to our Rapids guys, keeping them going on the sideline, opposite end of the sideline there. Big shout out to her. So, now, first possession, first offensive possession for your Rapids here, okay? Little shaky end of your first half with the ejections and with the bad play down there until the big run by Boom there in the second half. So we'll see what this offense can get going. Now, we've got a quarterback change here for the Rapids, it looks like. We've got Dallas Huckel in at quarterback. Dallas, my guy, named Cowboys. Yes, there is a link there. Cowboys fan in the running there. So Dallas will take his first snap here in the second half. And he's gonna hand off to Emmett. I apologize, picked me out. And Emmett's gonna push it out. He's gonna be pushed back by the Lima Warriors. We'll see whether the referee's gonna spot that line, spot that for progress. I want to give a big shout out, Paula Howard. She's in the comments. We shout out to you, Paula. Paula, the owner of Schmoopy Sweets and Treats, the official bakery of the Straw Bro Sports Show. Make sure you check them out on Facebook. That's where you are allowed to slide in to Schmoopy's Sweets and Treats DMs. Get your orders in. Dairy and gluten-free options available. It'll be second down here for the Rapids. Dallas is going to hand off again to Emmett. And Emmett is going to get wrapped up there for only about a gain of 1 or 2. This will bring up a big third down. Your first third down. And yes, that is number 2. Sham Wright's mom that we threw on the broadcast. She's traveling away, making lots of noise for us here. So, your first big third down for the Rapids, Drew.
Yeah, I think this is a big third down in terms of setting a statement that what's happening in the first half is going to happen in the second. They're going to push the ball, they're going to run the ball effectively, and they're not going to be able to stop them.
I could not agree more. Oh, and I apologize. That's not Sham's mom. That's Monte's mom. That's a fumbled snap. Dallas is going to pick that up. He's going to get hit hard in the backfield. And mistakes by the Rapids costing them there. Bad snap. Did not get taken care of. And Dallas was able to recover it, but got hit hard there. And yes, 100% on me. Straub, if I'm going to give moms shout-outs, make sure you got the right one. I apologize. That's Monte Taylor's mother.
Yeah, listen.
And this is why I don't have control of the camera.
A not great third down there. Fumble snap. Not able to capitalize on a decent starting drive. Now looking to punt, and honestly, I'm interested to see if Lima can do anything with the little motivation and the little shift in momentum that they're getting from getting a good stop here.
Absolutely, and for the Rapids, I definitely would like to see them do a little bit better job of getting that snap off, a little bit more protection for Dallas there, as we're going to be back to punt here. This Rapids defense going to come back on. We've got a flag on the play. Looks like we might have a delay of game. So, it's a big help out for the Warriors. 9:25 left in the third, 28-0 Rapids. I want to give a big shout out here, Allen East Elementary School. Drew, this is one of the best elementary school facilities I've ever seen. This trumps a lot of high school facilities.
I mean, listen, you're out in the country. Them country boys love their football.
Absolutely.
I think that is this community has put a lot into this stadium and a lot into the schools. By the way, the school is also beautiful. I know we can't see it, but the school is beautiful. They put a lot into their education. It was a very pleasant surprise coming in here and looking at this facility.
Absolutely. So, Rapids will take over, or not just should not say take over, but get back in here on fourth down. Punting away, like I said, 9:25 left in the third. Well, I got an opportunity. Drew, looking for a fun place to celebrate after the game? Tiki Underground is the perfect post-game getaway. Shout out to Tiki Underground, one of our gold sponsors.
Let's hope they're open late because this one's gonna be it's gonna be ending late. We're gonna have to drive all the way home.
Absolutely. Punt is away. Over the opposite side of the field there. It's going to be picked up on the bounce and taken back, and he's going to break it out to about the 50-yard line, where he'll be tackled about the 45-yard line. And Drew, that is exactly the start of another possession that Lima needs to gain some momentum in this game. And with 9 minutes and 6 seconds left, plenty of time still in the game.
Yeah, a really heads-up veteran move, waiting until he's able to catch it, really getting momentum going. And listen, you said it exactly right. They're in plus territory now. They are able to start the drive with half field. They were able to move the ball a little bit in the first half. They made adjustments on defense. We saw it. Let's see if they can make adjustments on offense.
Absolutely. And you got to start chipping away at the lead if you're Lima. One possession, one touchdown at a time. There's no 28-pointer, okay? They haven't designed that one yet. So we will see. But like I said, chip away at this lead. Try to put some points on the board. I know I keep talking about 7. Maybe try to get 3. Get some positive yardage. Get a possession. Now, for the Rapids defense, nothing changes. I talked to defensive coordinator Jordan Patterson at halftime. He said they're doing exactly what we thought, and we're not going to change our game plan as of right now.
And I think it's working.
Absolutely. So it'll be first down here. And he's going to throw it over the middle, and he's caught big time there, and a big catch over the middle of the 20-yard line. And they talked about this tall wide receiver on the defensive meetings. They knew they were going to target him. And his first target of the game is a big one down the middle. That'll be first down for Lima.
I think that is a sign of things to come. I think he is going to be a big target in this second half.
Absolutely. Lima moving with some tempo. And the quarterback's going to get hit on that play, trying to throw it in the back of the end zone. Again, number 97, Josh Davis with the pressure. Josh, if it wasn't for the fact that Spooney has 3 interceptions, probably be talking to us after the game. We might just have to talk to 2 defensive players.
Listen, I think we have the ability to talk to every single player on this defense because of how well they're playing.
Absolutely. So this is going to bring up second down for Lima, as it gets starting to get a little dark here. So, 2nd and 10. Lima looking to capitalize. Oh, and it looks like the Rapids are going to jump. It's going to be a free play. And he's going to throw it away. Not able to capitalize immediately, but obviously they're going to gain some yardage off of that regardless. While I have a second, CC Realty is a proud sponsor of the Rapids in the Cuyahoga Falls community, making moves on the field and in the housing market. For more information, visit ccrealtyhomes.com or give them a call at 330-920-7460 or visit at 301 Portage Trail, Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. So, second down here for Lima. And we're getting some comments that we better talk to Josh. Oh, and now, and just after the Rapids gave them some, it looks like Lima's going to take some away from themselves with a mental mistake there. A false start. And I think, you know what I think, Drew? I think we're going to leave it in the comments, too. Drop us a comment who you think we should talk to after the game. Offensive and defensive. We'll be talking to one player from each side of the ball for our Strawbro Sports Show Falls Rapids Player of the Game. Drop us a vote. Start voting in we got about 8 minutes left here in the third. We're going to open that up in about the fourth. Drop your comments in, and we'll take them into consideration, and we'll talk post-game. Those post-game interviews will be live on the Strawbro Sports Show Facebook page. So, it'll be second down here for Lima. More pressure on him consistently. He's going to get hit as he's thrown, and that's going to be deflected by number 25, Deshaun the Stash. Feeling?
Haven't heard his name a lot mentioned today, but that was a great play. Save a potential touchdown pass.
Absolutely.
A great recovery by the quarterback with a guy in his face, but an even better play by the defensive man.
Absolutely. The Stash, third-year player out of the hometown Cuyahoga Falls. We've got multiple players on this team from the Cuyahoga Falls high school stash, multiple members of our coaching staff, Jordan, Coach Hose, Coach James, also our owner, Daniel and Samson Demand, multiple players, Rob Graves, Deshaun himself. And I did talk to Sham, one of our corners, at half, and they did mention not targeting him in Stash a lot too, so not a lot of opportunities to make some plays, but when Stash was called upon, made it there. It'll be third down here. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it up in the air. He's going to be, got a man open in the end zone, and he's going to catch it for a touchdown. And there, Lima Warriors on the board. It did look to me as if he was a bit short, that he caught it at the 1 yard line, but referee called it a touchdown. So that's 6 points on the board. And Drew, we talked about it, 7 minutes and 33 seconds on the board, plenty of time in the game, and Lima makes a statement, drives down the field for a touchdown.
Yeah, I was really impressed by that drive. Lima kind of opting out of the run game pretty much entirely and throwing the ball, but it is working. Number 17 quarterback for the Warriors, just able to just elude pressure and basically just get balls off while defenders are in his face and put them right where the receivers need him. A very, very impressive drive for the Warriors. And, hey, maybe it could be a sign of things to come.
Right, a momentum turn, a spark that was much needed on this Warriors sideline. They're very amped on that sideline. For this Rapids defense, I think at some point you're not going to shut out people every game. It's not going to be 45-0, 20-0. So you're going to give them some points. Weren't put necessarily in the best position there, but mistakes happen. So Lima will set up to kick here. And we seem to be having some confusion here. Coach Patterson, very animated on the sideline. Coach Hose is actually all the way down to the goal line speaking to the official. Not exactly sure what the confusion was there. But Lima set up to kick. And we've got a penalty. And it's going to be encroachment on the Rapids defense. Losing their heads a little bit here. Got to calm down. Got to take a breath.
This is the first touchdown the Rapids have given up this season,
yes.
So it is an unfamiliar feeling for them.
Yes, absolutely. So hopefully cooler heads prevail. So opt for the re-kick. We'll move it a little bit closer. And that kick is going to be blocked. And it's picked up. And that'll be a dead ball. And the Rapids special teams coming through there. I know that's big for Coach Gibbs. A couple mistakes on the other side for the special teams. But the special teams on this side coming through big time with a blocked extra point. So it's 7 minutes and 33 seconds left in the third quarter. 28-6. Rapids over the Lima Warriors. Rapids will get the ball back. We will see. Obviously, we think Dallas Yoko will come back in at quarterback. No injuries. Like we said, we talked to Coach Nate preseason, feeling some things out, making sure everybody gets some snaps, seeing what he's got on this very lengthy roster, deep roster, one of the deepest in the PAFL, one of the most talented in the PAFL. Your Falls Rapids ranked 6th in the PAFL. This is your PAFL game of the week. Shout out to our guys at the Rundown. They're in the booth over next to us doing a broadcast as well. Make sure you check them out and follow them, as well as us here on the Strawboro Sports Show.
Yeah, I think that moment has been really the telltale moment of the game where Lima finally gets some momentum. And this time they did score. We'll give them credit for that. Mm-hmm. But it always seems the Rapids have an immediate answer to something good that Lima does that negates any momentum that they can start. And that's really, really good for a Rapids team that is continuing, even though the margin has been less. they're still putting their imprint on the game.
Absolutely, Andrew. And they were in the comment section, so I want to give another big shout out to Rave Pizza and Wings, the official pizza of the Rapids. Known for their seriously good pizza and big juicy wings, Rave is the go-to spot for game day cravings. We appreciate their support here at the Rapids. Give them a call and put an order in at 243-678-0120 to order your next pizza night, and pick it up at 1163 East Talmadge Avenue, Akron, Ohio. Shout out to Rave Pizza and Wings.
I will say I did not get a pulled pork sandwich at halftime. I didn't have enough time, so I may have to get some Rave Pizza and Wings after this.
Yeah. I am hungry. Hot dog was okay. Oh, no, it was good. It's a hot dog. It's good, but it's a hot dog.
It's a hot dog. I get it.
7 minutes and 33 seconds here. You know what it's not? It's not Smoopy Sweets and Treats. And that would be what I need right now. Some good homemade bakery. Now, 7 minutes and 33 seconds. As I said, here in the third quarter, Rapids up 28-6. And we've got a delay of game on the kickoff here. I don't know if they were trying to attempt to set up an onside kick, Drew. I don't know if it was just maybe some miscommunication, but I do want to point out, it's the second time that they've had a delay of game. They took a timeout the first time, but a delay of game after the kickoff, and now, or I'm sorry, a timeout after the kickoff in the first half, and now a delay of game after a kickoff. That's when the play call should be going. You should know what it is.
There should be automatically knowing where your spot is, knowing what the next call is, but hey, preseason.
Absolutely.
Kind of, we have to enforce that, make sure that everyone knows.
Now
if this starts having the regular season, yeah, we can start doing it, but I think now we'll be okay.
Going to be Sean Smith Jr. back to return for the Rapids as Lima gets ready to kick off here. Obviously, your Rapids on high alert here for a potential onside kick, down 28-6. Obviously, Lima needs the ball back. And yeah, as I said, here it comes, and it's going to be well collected there by the Rapids. It was kicked right to him, a bit of a bobble, but landed right there, secured the ball. I'm going to give some credit there. That's number 55, Corvez Bolware, one of our more experienced players. Actually, that's our second 55, I should say. Or no, it might be.
He was a former 4-star recruit at the University of Maryland, by the way.
Yes, Corvette Bolware was absolutely outstanding talent that we've got on this Rapids. 4-star recruit. A big shout out to his girlfriend, Kai. And he counts his 7 pets as his kids. And listen, I understand. And you got 7, those are kids. That's outstanding. Third year and a champion with the Gladiators as well. It'll be first down for your Rapids on the offensive end. Dallas Huckel back in at quarterback. Emmett Calhoun in the backfield. We have not seen Rob Graves since he came off the field. Monte Taylor out as well. So a little bit of a beat-up backfield as Dallas takes the snap there, moves it ahead for a couple yards. So it'll be second down here.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I need to see something from this Rapids offense. You stalled out in your first drive. You now let the Warriors score and kind of get a little bit more momentum in this game. How are you going to be able to adapt to that and keep the distance against this team that could potentially come back at you?
Absolutely. A whole half here still to play. 6 minutes and 50 left. Be second down for the Rapids. Dallas changing the play at the line there. He's going to hand it off. And Emmett's going to make a break and try to cut back around. And he's going to be tripped up in the backfield. That's going to bring up another third down for the Rapids. 6 minutes and 30 ticking away here. They cannot get complacent and comfortable in this lead, or it will turn around quickly.
I think you're absolutely right. And I hope that is the message across the sideline right now, because there has been, I don't think, a single positive play since the start of the second half.
No, that'll set up third down. And yes, you're without Monte Taylor. You're without Rob Graves, 2 of your talented running backs. But that doesn't mean that you don't have the talent on the offensive end to get this job done. It'll be third down here for Dallas. Dallas is going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it over the middle. It's going to be incomplete there. That'll stop the clock with 5:51. We'll take a snapshot here. in our broadcasting in this game, because this is a pivotal moment in this game, I feel like. 28-6. Yes, the lead is there. But another touchdown here for Lima, and you completely flip the momentum of this game.
I think you're absolutely right. And I think that is a massive talking point to the defense that's about to hit the field. I think that Jordan Patterson is relaying that message
It's on us, guys.
loudly and clearly, that if you start to let this game get dictated by Lima, there is not a lot you're going to be able to do. And so it's going to be...
You haven't just controlled the score, you have controlled the pace of this game. And that's what you're starting to lose control of right now. And the punt is going to be blocked there. And it's going to take a great Rapids bounce. I think it's going to probably went a little bit further. So, Lima Warriors are going to take over here. 5 minutes, 43 seconds left in the third quarter. 28-6. Rapids up. Big shout out to our Rapids media member, Tony, for checking in on the broadcast. Yes, 28-6. Rapids up. 5 minutes and 43 seconds. And Drew, a big momentum switch, a blocked punt there. Lima has the opportunity here to take advantage.
Yes, but this is where your veterans have to step up on defense.
Yes.
You understand that, listen, games go back and forth all the time, but you as a player and you as a unit are able to stop momentum if you are... Ooh.
Oh, and it's going to be first. And that first down pass is going to be tipped away. Go ahead, Drew.
That's exactly what I was talking about, that play right there. Taking the game into your hands and making sure that momentum does not continue to roll the other team's way.
Absolutely. So that'll bring up second down after the deflected pass. So, bring you back in. 5:38. Second down here for the Lima Warriors. Down 28-6. Trying to mount a comeback. And the quarterback's going to take off. And the quarterback run is going to pick up some positive yards, but it's going to be fumbled. And it looks like the Rapids are, and yes, the Rapids are going to pick up that football. Knocked out and picked up by this Rapids defense. A great play there. I did not see who was in on the strip, but I want to credit everybody out there. Boom, Lumbus in on the tackle. And this Rapids defense doing what it does best, and that is force some turnovers. And that'll put the offense back on the field. And I do want to apologize to the boys in the scrum. I did miss some of that with Sham. Oh, I apologize. Sean stretch right in on the fumble as well. So he wants to shout at his coaches. And it looks like Dallas. So we've got Dallas back in at quarterback. Oh, I apologize. It looks like Jordan Jones back in, and he's going to hand off to Rob Graves in his first handoff of the second half, and he's going to pick up a first down. I was confused. I apologize. Jordan Jones back in at quarterback for the Rapids, and Rob Graves with his first handoff since he limped off in the first half. Good to see him back on the field, and that's what he brings.
Hey, that's that Notre Dame College toughness right there. Shout out Notre Dame College, and RIP Notre Dame College, your alma mater.
Apologize for that. Yes, my former school, Notre Dame College, played some soccer there. Balled out myself. First down for your Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. Jordan's going to take that. He's going to ditch it out. And Monte Taylor, who is back in the game, suited back up as we thought he was out, is going to be hit hard and tackled in the backfield there.
I will say a good job fighting for those extra yards. You turned about a 5-yard loss into a 2. Not too bad. And a lot of toughness there getting back to close to the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. So what you see for the Rapids is they did try to make a play there, try to bring some other guys in, but kind of bringing in kind of some of the guys who are making some movement in the first half, is that we've got 4 minutes and 16 seconds left in the third quarter. 28-6 Rapids. Rapids looking to put a big touchdown on the board here. Could really, really start to separate this game. Coach Nate is going to call a timeout. He wants to talk to the guys there for a second. I want to do a big shout out to Shaw Auto Care, one of our gold level sponsors, and a trusted name in keeping vehicles running smoothly. Whether it's routine maintenance or major repairs, Shaw Auto Care delivers honest, reliable service. And just like the Rapids, they're always ready to go the extra mile. For service you can count on, visit their website at www.shawautocare.com or stop in at 70 Graham Road, Suite A, Cuyahoga Falls. They are sponsors of Rapids quarterback number 8 Jordan Jones and number 99 Jalen Johnson.
I am needing an oil change soon, so that might be a destination after one of these Rapids games.
Absolutely. So we've got 3 minutes and 57 seconds left here in the third quarter. 28-6 Rapids. Okay, so your Rapids offense back in. Second down here. So we get that angle adjusted a bit for you. As we said, Jordan Jones back into quarterback, flanked 2 running backs either side of him. And he's going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it over the middle. It's going to be picked off by the Lima Warriors. And they're going to take that out to about the 28-yard line. And Drew, a massive, massive turnover there. Rapids were just feeling themselves after a turnover themselves, and they turn it back to Lima. 28-6, 3:49. Lima getting the ball back here.
Yeah, it seems like both teams really struggling with turnovers here in this game. I think there's just some miscommunication, maybe not a lot of time together to build that kind of understanding on when he's going to break, when he's going to turn, kind of how everything like that. So hopefully these guys can get on the same page, because it is getting a little bit nerve-wracking, I think, for the Rapids as Lima continues to push.
And as many turnovers as this defense has had, you put them on the field for too many snaps, and eventually they will give up some scores. They'll give up some yards. It's going to happen. It's not their fault if you continually are putting them in snap after snap. Okay, a little equipment issue. Shout out to our referee for helping one of the Lima Warriors there get his helmet strapped in, so he's good to go. Oh, is he actually going to come off the field? A little issue there. Can't get his helmet or chin strap strapped in. Got to make sure we're safe. So, Rapids defense in here, looking for another turnover. I think they have 5 takeaways on the day. He's going to pitch it out to the running back. He's going to throw it down the field, and what a play to come over by number 25, Stash Deshaun Fielding. Man, not called upon many times today, but when he has, he's made the play. A great job to get over there on the running back pitch to throw.
You know, that could be a play that leaves you as a defensive back wide open to get taken advantage of down the field. He stayed home, he watched the play develop, and he made an amazing play on the ball.
Yes, so that closing speed. That's what they talk about in the NFL. That's what they talk about in college, that closing speed. He closed on that ball, got his arm up, made a play, and he was wide open. That play should have been made, but that was a absolute outstanding defensive play. And you need those when the offense is struggling to move the ball. And we've got another penalty, a penalty on the Warriors. It's going to back them up. So 3 minutes, 42 seconds left here in the third. 28-6. So third down here for Lima. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to roll out, and he's going to look to, no, not throw on the run. He's going to just take off. He's going to put his head down and make a big push for some extra yardage. Good tackle in there by the Rapids. Sound tackling by the Rapids. But, as we said, the biggest thing Lima has going is this quarterback moving on the run, whether he's taking off or throwing.
Yes, I think he is the one that has kept them in this game. He's made great throws on the run. He's made great reads. And now he's able to scramble, get out of the pocket, and get some positive yards here coming up. Now we do have a fourth down, so I want to see if they are going to risk it and being down by multiple scores.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume so. As the clock ticks down, we've got just under 3 minutes here in the third quarter. I've got to assume Lima throwing caution to the wind. Yes, as they will break the huddle to come out for a fourth down play. Rapids defense, we're already set and ready. So they're going to have to watch the quarterback run here. He's going to drop back to pass. They're going to get pressure on him, but he's going to get away from it. He's going to scramble out. That pressure continues. He's going to throw it away, and his wide receiver drops the football wide open for a first down. And that's... Hold on. Yes, okay. I'm sorry. I thought we had a flag on the play. But no flag there, and that's going to be Rapids football. They will take over. Going to give them a first down at about the 38-yard line. 2 minutes, 21 seconds left here in the third quarter. So for the Rapids, I would say it's time to grind out another long touchdown drive, and you could potentially seal this game away.
I would say that would be the optimal thing to do, but we've seen the second half really struggling, this Rapids offense, to move the football.
And I want to say on the offensive side, Dustin and Taylor being out has definitely did a bit of hurt on the offensive line, but positive plays can still be made as Jordan Jones is going to check back in at quarterback, flanked by Monte and Rob. All right, he's going to snap. Jordan's going to take off with it. A quarterback keep. Going to throw, Lima defender's going to throw him forward for an extra yard. Looks like he's going to gain about 5 or 6 there on the play. Going to set up a second down here as the clock starts to tick away. Rapids definitely going to look to take a lot of time off the clock, run that play clock down. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout. Timeout by the Rapids. Here with a minute 43. It's up 28-6. And we want to give a thanks to eXp Realty and Brian Garr for helping out local families find their place to call home. Looking to buy or sell? Give Brian a call at 330-347-8481. And if I could, while I do have a second here on the broadcast, I want to give a big shout out to the man standing next to me. Our first opportunity to travel on the road and do our Falls Rapids broadcast. We thank all of you for tuning in. And for those of you who have added your subscription to our page, we do appreciate that. You can tune in weekly for the Strawboro Sports Show, bringing you your college and pro news, and two brothers making fun of each other's teams losing. We'll see how your Chelsea Blues do this weekend.
Oh, it's a big matchup. Hey, you are in a European Cup final as well, sir, so
Glory,
good luck to you there.
Glory, Man United. The only thing I have for my season. Second down here for the Rapids. And actually, Monte's going to go in at quarterback there. And Monte's going to take a design quarterback run, and he's going to cut it outside for a first down for the Rapids. A big first down there in this third quarter for the Rapids. Monte.
That is
it all. And thank you for that shout out, Paula. We always appreciate you.
That was the probably best decision I think this offense has made so far in rotating their quarterback. It seems like the Lima defense has gotten accustomed to the running backs and accustomed to throwing the ball, but a mobile quarterback making the defense think is exactly what this team needs to get some momentum going.
And my man, Big Von, checking into the game for your Falls Rapids. Von in his first year. Monte's gonna take another direct snap. He's gonna break a couple tackles, and he's gonna push ahead for another Rapids first down. The change in there, the design runs have completely flipped this offense here and the end of the third quarter as the clock starts to tick down. And we've got an injured Lima player, so we will let him get attended to as they stop the clock with 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Rapids up 28-6, moving the ball very nicely through this quarterback run as the players are going to take a knee. So we have a second, and we have a timeout. Looking to secure your financial future? Check out the Runella Legacy Group. Visit at www.runellalegacy.com or stop in at 3916 Clock Point Trail Suite 103, Stowe, Ohio. And yes, a big shout out to our guy, Big Vaughn, in there with the pancake. And I want to shout out to all of you in the comment section. Rare Nostalgia, a big shout out to you joining us and being interactive on the broadcast. We always appreciate it. All right, Rapids moving the ball here, Drew. Looking to put a big touchdown here as the end of the third quarter is coming, beginning of the fourth quarter. I mean, and I want to be honest, maybe if I'm the Rapids, may want to kind of run, as the clock begins to run there, let this clock maybe run out. I wouldn't even run a play here.
No, I mean, that is probably one of the biggest things. You are in control of the game. You have the opportunity. Just let this clock run as much as you can.
First down, as Monte's going to take it. He's going to hand it off to Boom, and Boom is going to get hit hard, but go through the contact there as he'll be tackled at about the 5-yard line, and the Rapids are picking up the tempo here. I like it. Trying to put a quick touchdown on, actually, before the beginning of the fourth. And they're going to take a quick snap. Monte's going to take that. He's going to shake and bake and move into the end zone for a Rapids touchdown. Monte Taylor. A broken play, Drew. An absolute mess. And Monte takes it, makes the moves, makes it happen. Once again, cannot tackle him in the backfield. He is constantly not allowing defenders to bring him down, making those moves, and gets himself in the end zone.
No, I think that is an amazing play call by this team, by whoever decided to change it up. Nate Hose, Savon Gibson, whoever.
And they pushed it in for 2. Nope, they're going to call it. Wait. Rapids players signaling for a score. Referee saying no. I do apologize, but we did miss that. Oh, we got some flags. Guys getting a little chippy. Once again, got to get them off the field as Coach Nate is actually coming all the way onto the field to get his players off of there as he's having a discussion with the referee. Not happy about that call. But regardless, 34-6. Time expired in the third quarter, so we're going to begin the fourth quarter up 34-6. apologize about the zooms. You got the camera figured out there. Good job, little bro. Referees and coaches still having a discussion here. I believe over the 2-point conversion. Rapids believe that they absolutely got it in. There was a signal by the referee, no good, but they are reconvening. And we'll see. Lots of confusion. And I say confusion. I'm not discrediting the referees. They've actually done a really great job of keeping a game that could have easily gotten out of hand in control.
No, I absolutely agree. It seems like both players or both teams, I should say, are making sure that they are doing well and not aggravating the referees. As you can see, they are not going to be taking any stick from either side to the
Absolutely. Some unsportsmanlike penalties after the play. The try was called no good by the referee, so that'll be 34-6 as we begin the fourth quarter.
And you know what? I'd like to take this time real quick. Shout out to the mothers.
Hey.
Mother's Day is coming up tomorrow. Hopefully you guys got plans taking out your mothers on Mother's Day. Shout out for everything they do, and shout out to my mom, and shout out to your mom, Ken.
Absolutely. Happy Mother's Day, all the moms. These Raptors players, a lot of them have wanted to shout out their moms. I know absolutely the owners, players, coaches, all the moms, and our moms on our team too. Anesthetic, co-owner of the Rapids. She is a mom as well. Shout out to her. And shout out to my fiance, Renee. She is a mom, my little guy Landon. We've got a nice little Mother's Day plan for her. Once we make our trek back to our neck of the woods. And yeah, it was pointed out in the comment section. We seen it. We were kind of handling some other business. A big shout out to not just Josh. There were some other guys too, but Josh was one of the first ones. Our captains, getting those guys off of the field. No more penalties. No more ejections. None of the stupid stuff. We got to get rid of that. And that takes a leader in your captains to get you off of the field sometimes when sometimes you don't know what's better for yourself.
Absolutely.
So
that is a sign of a good team, is having the leaders.
Absolutely. And this team is full of them. Now, Rapids will get set to kick off. Lima will receive. Do believe that does look like, obviously, it was a penalty on Lima as the kickoff moved up to the 50. As Bobby Rhodes Jr. will get ready to kick off. Shout out to Bobby. Perfect on his extra points today. I know he'll be happy about that. No opportunities for field goals, but hey, I know he'll be much happier kicking extra points because that means touchdowns on the board.
I will say, as an ex-kicker, it was very nice to see those goalposts 7 feet away instead of 30.
And another special teams issue. Rapids running a guy on late there. I know Coach Gibbs is going to be very, very unhappy with a couple of those mishaps. Kick is away. Kick to the outside there. It's going to be picked up on the bounce. Oh, it's fumbled! And it's fumbled at the 10. It is a scrum for it. Rapids already pointing for that they have the football. And yes, they're off the field with it. Let's go, Rapids. Okay, and no. Wow. Yeah, referee did say that Lima had it. I am not really understanding that one at all. I'm not going to lie. I know commentator Jinx, I just said the officials were doing a good job, but I'm sorry, I'm going to have to disagree, and I'm going to have to call that a bad call. It was a clear fumble. We came out of the pile with it, and if you look back to the scrum in the first half, Lima came out of the pile with the football. They called it Lima football. Rapids came out of the pile with the football here. Not called Rapids football.
I will say, though, that referee did have a better angle, and it is possible that the Lima player jumped on it, and he saw that it was taken away from him. So I'll give the referee the benefit of the doubt there.
So Lima takes over, and Lima will call a timeout. Lima takes a timeout. Gives Coach Jordan Patterson and Coach Austin Mobley and Coach James Long, linebackers coach there, a chance to talk to this defense and prep them for a sixth turnover.
It's been a lot.
3 interceptions, 2 fumbles, 5 turnovers. All right, we'll see what this Rapids defense can do. Lima's going to take over here. First down. 34-6, 14:52 left in the fourth quarter. Rapids bringing some pressure. And he's going to be thrown over the middle for a big play. We got another flag thrown in the backfield. Not really sure exactly where that was. Things definitely getting chirpy here. We've got another Lima player, multiple Lima players with their helmets off, arguing with the players. Looks like we may have another ejection. Not sure yet. Very chippy this game here between both of these teams. But still a lot of respect. There's been a lot of sportsmanship. A lot of the chippiness has been directed towards the referees, not necessarily each other players.
Oh, so I think both teams show great sportsmanship here. I just think it's getting near the end of the game. Both teams are kind of in a position where they might already know the outcome of the game, and maybe some jawing back and forth, but nothing too crazy.
And does look like that penalty was on the Rapids. They're going to move it forward. Looks like a 15-yarder. Looks like some unsportsmanlike conduct, which I would have to say 99% of our penalties today have been unsportsmanlike conduct.
I can count 1 holding penalty and maybe 1 false start, but yeah, you're right. The rest have been unsportsmanlike, so I think that'll be a big talking point going into next week and into next game.
Absolutely. So it'll be first down here for Lima. 14-15 left, down 34-6. Some motion down to the bottom of your screen. Quarterback's going to run that way. Oh, and he's going to make a move, and he's going to get out for about a 5-yard gain. Multiple Rapids in on the tackle there. So Lima attempting to put a drive together, trying to work on things themselves. Obviously it's a long season. This is their second game, our first, so things to still work on, things to get going, things to, get better on. No need to just throw away the quarter because the game is out of hand.
And they have shown the ability to move the ball down the field. Mm-hmm. So this is just them being able to get comfortable, say, hey, let's be able to repeat this success so that maybe if we don't win the game, we can take some individual victories and take them in next week.
The credit goes to this Rapids defense. They have been absolutely lights out from whistle to whistle so far. 13 minutes left. Second down here for the Lima Warriors. Rapids going to bring some pressure. He'll throw it out to that tight end on the outside, but he's going to be tackled for a loss. It's going to bring up third down. Big time tackling by this Rapids defense.
And I think that's a sentiment we've said all game. Their ability to not miss tackles, to wrap up, to gang tackle, just put 12 hats on a ball and just absolutely kill it.
11 hats on the ball. 12 men on the field is a penalty, but that's okay. Anthony Spooney in on the tackle. All right, third down here for Lima. 12 minutes left in the fourth. Quarterback's going to get pressure. It's going to throw over the middle. It's going to be picked off over the middle. And Drew, guess who it is?
Don't tell me.
Yes, number 5, Anthony Spooney with not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 interceptions on the day. I mean, if that's not defensive player of the game, I don't know what defensive of the player of the game is. Between him and Josh, absolute monster games on the defensive end. This whole defense from top to bottom deserves credit because they have showed up and man for man, they have out-tackled, they have out-physicaled this Lima offense, and every one of them has played outstanding today. So, Rapids offense again will take over here. Dallas Hugo in again at quarterback. Joined in again by running back by Boom Lumbus. Boom taking some running back snaps today and has absolutely taken advantage of them. Oh, we've got a bad snap here on first down. Dallas is just going to jump on the ball there. But, as I was saying, Boom has come in, played running back, has played great today. A big first down in the second half when they were deep in their own area. Picked up some yardage here, has been great on the blocking end when Monte was leading the touchdown drive too. So a big shout out to Boom as well. And absolutely, Paula, these boys are putting in work today. So we got about 11 minutes, 50 seconds left here in the fourth. Rapids up comfortably, 34-6. As we've got an issue with the spot. Referee's going to move the ball up. Take a second to adjust the change there. 2nd and 15 for your Rapids. Motion on the far side. Dallas is going to drop back and throw it to the outside. And it's going to be incomplete. Multiple Lima Warrior defenders in the area. So, 3rd down for the Rapids. Absolutely, with 11 minutes and 28 seconds left, 34-6, it is very clear that no, Lima cannot ride these Rapids. Now, Dallas in at quarterback, Boom in the backfield. 3 wide receivers to the top of your screen. Boom's going to take the handoff. He's going to cut back outside for a big gain there. He's going to break more than a couple tackles. And boom, Lumbus out to the 20.
That was a man's run right there. Absolutely shedding tackles, not allowing anyone to get underneath him and take him down. A physical presence and a great run there.
Absolutely. And this coaching staff talks about it. Next man up, step up, boom. Multiple tackles on special teams, multiple plays on the defensive end, now coming in at running back, a warrior effort there. And by his blockers and offensive line too. It'll be 1st down here for the Rapids. Dallas is going to hand off to Boom again. Boom's going to get hit this time though in the backfield. He's going to get taken down.
Yeah, it looks like they saw that one coming. I mean,
yeah. Obviously, Rapids in a running formation, gonna run the ball here. Big wide receiver number 88, Dylan Exton, in there as well. Sat down on the Strawbro Sports Show, did a great interview with Dylan as well. This year's dedicated to his grandmother, Luis Rossi, who passed away in 2020 after a long battle with cancer. And I think I can def my brother echo me here. F cancer.
yeah. That's a tough one.
Rapids take over here. 2nd down. 3 wide receivers to the bottom. Oh, and a botched snap. We've got a whistle blown. A little bit of confusion, I think, by everyone there. Rapids didn't look ready. Referee didn't look ready. We've got a delay of game on the Rapids. So going forward and then mistakes pushing them back.
Yes. I would say a massive storyline in this game. I know we like to talk about the scale and the dominance, but a massive story in this game is just getting some things together, making sure that everyone's on the same page and keeping your emotions in check.
Absolutely. Keeping those emotions together. So it'll be 2nd down. So we got a running back change. Oh, man. And look at the run there by Rob Graves. Makes many men miss and dances into the end zone for a Rapids touchdown. So, 9 minutes, 26 seconds left. 42-6. Rapids up huge here at Allen West Elementary.
Yeah,
Mustang Stadium.
There's no denying the talent here at all whatsoever. And it seems like it can come from anyone on this team that can make a big, big play. And I think that is probably their biggest asset.
Absolutely. Monte Taylor, Rob Graves, Boom Lumbus. Doesn't matter on the running back end. And boom, we are good for another one. Bobby Rhodes Jr., perfect on his extra points today. As we were saying, doesn't matter who it is running the ball, whether it's Jordan Jones, Rob Graves, Monte Taylor, Boom Lumbus, Emmett Calhoun. It doesn't matter. You're touching the ball in the backfield of Rapids. You're getting positive yardage. This defense is creating turnovers. This is as good as it gets of a performance.
Absolutely. Shout out to VJ. Hardest working kicker in the league.
That's
and
our guy.
The hardest working commentator on the Strawbro Sports Show podcast.
Absolutely. My man jumps in with us all the time in the comment section. Absolutely. Big shout out to him. Big shout out to all of you. So, running clock here. We got about 8 minutes left here in the fourth. 41-6. Rapids up big. Drew, it is time to start putting in votes for your Rapids player of the game. I can already tell you now we're going to have to spread this out. So, we're definitely going to talk to Josh. We're definitely going to talk to... We're definitely going to talk to Anthony Spooney. I definitely think we then need to go over and talk to Monte and probably Rob as well.
Yeah, I think, there is so many players you could talk to on this team just because of the amazing running back performance, the amazing defensive performance. And listen, special teams was fantastic as well.
Special players making special teams on the special teams as well. That didn't make any sense. We're late in the broadcast. It's 41-6. You can tell. So, Bobby set the kickoff here. 7:20 left. Rapids up 41-6. Kick is up and away. It's going to be a squib. And he's going to pick it up at about the 25-yard line and return it out to about the 40. He's going to break some tackles out to the 50. And he's going to push it out to about the 40-yard line. And I got to give some, look, Lima sideline, still fired up, still keeping it going for the guys. And now we've got some pushing and shoving. We've got some penalties. Oh, and now we've got another getting out of hand. Pushing and shoving, not good to see here. But so we're going to have another penalty, probably another ejection. Trying to keep the heads together. It's very, very late in the game. As we get that sorted out. Rapids defense will come in looking for another turnover.
Yeah, this is something that...
The referees are going to take a second to... As we check back in here, 6 minutes, 53 seconds left. So the referees sorting out a whole bunch of penalties and stuff. 41-6, Rapids up, game in hand. Rapids potentially on the road next week. TBD, figuring some things out as an organization. Fortunately, the team that we were going to play next week no longer available for us and backed out of that game. So we will see about next week, but in 2 weeks, we are back home at the University of Akron, InfoCision Stadium, Summa Healthcare Field.
I would just like to say what an honor it is to have that stadium be our broadcast booth. That is an amazing stadium. Shout out to Akron to working with us. Shout out to our owner, Daniel DeMond, setting that up And just shout out to the whole staff and getting it to work together because it is an honor to work at that stadium.
Absolutely. Shout out to Alan, our contact at Akron University. He's amazing to work with as well. And yeah, owner Daniel Demand, Samson Demand, doing big things for the Rapids. We're trying to do something different here in the PAFL. Not just trying to bring a different set of skill level on the field, but just with our media team, bringing something different to the broadcast, all kinds of stuff. So we thank you for, as I say on the podcast, we thank you for rocking with us here on the broadcast. A little different than last week's, even though last week's doesn't exist. And as I said, a shout out to the Lima Warriors staff. They have been absolutely amazing and accommodating to us here in the booth, in the facility. They've been outstanding to all of our players and staff, coaches all through. I want to give a big shout out to our media staff, Connor. She's with us today. Solo dolo by herself, holding it down for the media team, as well as the broadcast team. Shout out to you, bro.
Shout out to you as well.
Thank you. Getting more penalties figured out. So we've had almost as many of those as Rapids points today. 6:53 left, 41-6. Give a shout out to our pops too, who has been watching the broadcast. Did some audio checks for us here at the beginning.
Absolutely. Very key.
Absolutely.
And for everyone else knows, we have had 100% success rate on our audio problems. I don't think I think we've ever had one.
No, we've never
as
had an issue.
broadcasters of the Rapids.
Nope, never had an issue. Don't know what anybody's talking about. Okay. All right, getting these penalties figured out, moving Lima very, very, very far back. Looks like 2 personal foul penalties. Moving it back 15 there. So we get that clock running. Oh, and we would like to give a shout out to Jacob's Heart. So they want to put a toy drive together with the Rapids after the season. We've got a fumble. Got a fumbled snap all the way back to the 5-yard line. Lima does pick it up and recover. But as I was saying, Jacob's Heart would like to put a toy together with the Rapids after the season. And I know, I can vouch for my brother here, the Strawboro Sports Show would like to be a part of that as well. Would love to be a part of that. Jacob's Heart, they do great things on their organization, putting together tour drives, putting together other things for the community. So, just under 6 minutes here. 41-6. Lima in. First down. Pinned back, and there's going to throw. He's going to be picked off right at the goal line, and it is going to be a touchdown for the Rapids. And the defense coming through again for the Rapids. A pick 6 at the 5-yard line. I do believe that was linebacker Mark Hale in on the pick 6. And I apologize if it is. Be absolutely ecstatic up here in the broadcast. Knock my mic down. And yes, was Mark Hale on the interception. Our guy Mark, outstanding linebacker for the Rapids, puts in the hard work in the gym, puts in the hard work at practice, pays off right there. So Rapids eating up the Lima Warriors. 47-6. Bobby Rhodes Jr. in to attempt his... Oh, we've got more confusion. Multiple players from multiple teams running on late. Oh, and we're going to run the fake, and Bobby's going to take it to the outside with a big block, and Bobby Rhodes Jr. gets in for the 2-point conversion. And you see You see it on the Rapid sidelines. You see how much it means to them. An absolute massive block on that run. Wow. And if that's not an exclamation point on a Rapids victory, I don't know what is. Let's go, Bobby Rhodes. Wow. Whew. And yes, all flotation devices should be inflated and entered into the Rapids. They are officially unsafe.
As a former kicker, that brings me so much joy to, one, see him get his moment, but two, to see the sideline light up the way it is. That means that there is love on that sideline to every single position, and that is just amazing to see.
I mean, they're posing for photos. It is, yeah. You saw not them just light up for the block, but for Bobby's run as well. As we do hope the Lima player is okay. There was an injury on that massive hit. But he's off under his own power, as you see there, walking off. That is great to see. But man, what a hit and what a run. Special teams. They've made some mistakes today, but they've come through with one touchdown, multiple extra points, and a 2-point conversion here, and a blocked extra point.
No, you're absolutely right. This unit has been the spark to both areas. The defense obviously had a slow start coming in the second half. The offense hasn't really been that great in the second half, but the special teams has made up for it and really brought the energy. And that is exactly what you need when sometimes one or both of your main units are not firing on all cylinders.
This is what's been happening today. Every unit has covered for the other when they've needed. The defense has covered for the offense when it struggled. The offense put points on the board to allow the defense to take a breath. And when either side was having an issue, the special teams comes through with a play as well. So as we try, I'm not really sure what. We got some push-ups going on the field there. Not really sure what's left to kind of be figured out here. I know they better not take this extra point off the board, or you may see the most fired up that this Rapid sideline has been today.
If I'm being honest, the way this game is playing out, even if they run it back, even if they pull it back, I may run the same exact play and see if I can get it in.
Agreed there. So we're starting to wrap things up, get the clock moving. We've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the broadcast. It is 47-6. Rapids up big right now as they look to cap off their first win of the season. Like I said, not really sure what the discussion is right now. Drew, so with a minute 45 here as this thing's getting wrapped up, what are your final thoughts here for our first broadcast?
So, I liked a lot here. And I know we'd like to, we've pointed out all some of the not being able to hold in your emotions, some ejections, some sloppy play. But if we're being completely honest, that was a dominant performance regardless of that. And the fact that you could have something like that happen where you have 2 ejections, you have a lot of penalties, and still only give up 6 points and win by 40 plus, that shows how dominant this team can be on their best day. And we don't even know if this is their best day. Yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun this season seeing how high this team can get.
Absolutely. As the clock runs down here on your first official game for the Falls Rapids, 47-6, a dominant win on all facets of the side, all facets of football, on every side of the ball. Absolutely clinical finishing, absolutely clinical defense. It's been an amazing performance on all sides of the ball. A big shout out to everybody on this team, players and coaches. media staff. It's a team effort, all of us, and that's how we get it done. So that'll do it for us here on the Strawbro Sports Show YouTube page and the Cuyahoga Falls Rapids. Stay tuned as we will have your post-game interviews. We're going to sit down with a couple of the players and get their thoughts, and those will come to you live on the Strawbro Sports Show Facebook page. I want to give a big shout out to everybody here at Allen West Elementary and the Lima Warriors. Cuyahoga Falls Rapids 47, Lima Warriors 6, and that'll do it for us here on the Strawbro Sports Show.